Welcome to this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, the podcast we chart the cinematic legacy of the classic monsters. I'm John Campbell. With me, as always, Brendan Jones.
John, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you own oven mitts?
I do, actually, yeah.
Our special guest, Elliott, do you own oven mitts?
Yeah, we have to.
Okay. What you'll need is to put those on now, because that's the only way we're going to handle this extremely hot mess.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I took a temperature on this mess, and good Lord, it's going to burn the flesh right off your hands.
We should say, you do watch all of these movies with a thermometer at the ready, just to be
I do.
monitoring the temperature.
I have to take a constant temperature of my takes. See how hot they are or cold, and I also have to see just how hot the mess is.
But I gotta say,
woo,
2005. Yeah, the other thing you can be temperature. This is a hot cast. Hot cast. Hot cast of 2005 hotties.
When I'm looking at this thing, I see all the DNA.
Oh yeah,
of what they were probably going for. And it's obvious. I mean, it's also fitting a mold, as you were saying, of the time, of Dimension Films, all that stuff.
Well, we've been
they're ticking boxes.
This season of the show, we've seen the creeping in of Dimension as this dominant force in horror filmmaking at this time. I mean, I think that we should say we should just, because they were on last week as well. We just have Jeff, but Elliott Lewis is back with us.
Yeah, get rid of me.
Can't get rid of Elliott.
I'm like a curse.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Elliott.
Oh, what
Elliott
is this pentagram on my hand?
No.
The sign of the beast.
Baby.
The beast, weirdly enough, is Elliott Lewis.
I need to get a Sharpie and put the. It's a pentagram.
I don't want to get rid of you.
I couldn't have known that just by looking at my hand and how the points correspond to where the points are in the book that I'm also looking at.
I love that somebody would only do it in a movie to be like, wait a minute. If you
the only thing that the only reason that I would ever not want you on the show, Elliott, and I don't want you not to be on the show ever. But the thing is that it is a little gang up on the old man. That's the only problem.
I think there's a different vibe this week. I don't have quite the same. This is not a part of my heart like Van Helsing is.
Yeah.
But I do. We're talking about Cursed from 2005, which is a movie I enjoy. I'm not here to argue like it's like a great movie, but I think it's kind of fun, and it's very, Brendan, as you bring up, very indicative of this era. It's a Wes Craven film from a Kevin Williamson script. There's definitely a let's get the Scream gang back together.
Well, it's also, I mean, when you look at it at the end, that I think if I could let go and just enjoy it as a fun thing, that would be great. But really, I was sad watching it because it is a singular
you and
waste.
Wes Craven, apparently. Wes Craven.
Yeah, it's a singular waste of talent before and behind the camera.
There's a lot of good people involved in this.
Oh, that's what I mean. I love Wes Craven.
Yeah.
Kevin Williamson I don't love, but the man had his moment and something he did really well.
He almost invented. I mean, like he almost invented a new subgenre within horror.
Sure, he was the post-mod guy,
yeah,
and this is doing all kinds of commentary, but it's not smart.
Plus,
I don't blame him though because he didn't write. I mean, this.
Oh
is,
no!
This is other guys, but also I love the cast with maybe two exceptions.
Yeah,
they're all people that I've seen do amazing work.
Even some people who show up for one scene that I did not know were in this.
Scott Baio. I know. You were sitting there going like, the Scott Baio?
The Scott Baio?
They got
There's
Baio?
Actually a frame of this movie where there's Scott Baio, and behind him is a wax Kevin Sorbo. And suddenly... Suddenly, I started getting a lot of emails from far right organizations.
Brendan, we gotta take this country back, brother.
We gotta take the country back. You know, that is our oath.
But
we
I
are
will
oath
say,
keepers and proud boys. We are proud oath keepers.
On the Scott Baio,
oath boys.
Even more obscure than Baio to a certain place, though, is Boy is it 2005 when Craig Kilborn is in the movie.
Oh man,
Craig Kilborn. Remember when he had a late night show? I used to watch his late. I thought Kilborn was fine.
Yes, yeah,
he's very charming.
What I think is hilarious is by the time the movie came out, he had lost that job, and
well, yeah, I think that is the case. Yeah, and it did go to Craig Ferguson, who's I
Craig
adore.
Ferguson. Who doesn't love Craig Ferguson?
Craig Ferguson. And we lost Craig Ferguson for James Corden.
Just the biggest crime probably in television
Ferguson
history.
Was doing the weirdest.
I find Corden a delight, and
I especially like the way he treats wait staff. From the sound of it, he sounds like he's a super
Elliott,
great.
That look is saying everything.
I love when he drives.
Please
to
say
work
psych.
Yeah,
that was a psych.
Okay.
I like.
Sometimes I can't tell with you.
I know. You gotta keep on your toes.
Yeah, because he brings those hot takes.
Oh, nothing is hotter than this movie.
Yeah, this is a hot film. But I don't even know where to begin with this, because do we talk about this movie? Do we talk about this movie? The movie it almost was. Because we
should talk about the movie that is, and where and then
because this is one of the craziest. And I had no idea about this literally until I watched it again last. I haven't seen this in years. I did pick up the Shout Factory Blu-ray a while back because
John,
I was like,
surely the amount of wigs in this movie told you that they shot over multiple years.
Sure. Well, but what I did not expect though was like literally it's like it was a completely different film. I mean, absolutely. A totally different story. Even it is wild.
Kevin Williams's original story, and we can only go. I mean, that's something where I haven't read it.
No, there are only pieces from interviews of what people referred to. But I mean, literally, there are entire main characters that aren't in the movie. Skeet Ulrich from Scream was one of that was about three. The original. We'll talk about the movie. It almost was, or it was supposed to be. I guess initially. The movie was going to be about these three people, these three strangers all collide in a car accident and get cursed with the werewolf. So Jesse Eisenberg and Christina Ricci were not siblings in this version. They were separate characters. And then Skeet Ulrich was the male lead in it. And literally they shot 2/3 of that movie. What the editor said on the Blu-ray is they shot all but the very last action sequence of the film.
And that is actually second version.
That's the second version.
Because the first one wasn't filmed. The first one was the original concept and
I'm
script.
talking about the idea that they actually shot most of a movie and then completely changed the plot.
That's amazing too. Yeah. I mean, surely it's a common thing to say we bought the script by this established screenwriter.
That shit happens all the time.
Yeah, but it is a massive shift what they did to it, which not just moving location, but literally just changing the entire story and just going Kevin Williamson werewolves, and he's like, but what's left in there of mine, because they hire these two guys to come in, and what ends up happening is I actually would like to know what that original script was, if only because it sounded very un-Kevin Williams, whereas this movie feels like someone's bad attempt to make a Kevin Williamson movie. It feels like half-baked, let's follow the game plan of all of his Scream stuff, and it, the Halloween 2.0 and oh boy, all that nonsense.
H2O is bad. H2O, I care for.
H2O. But the whole thing is that it is a thing where it's like someone imitating a guy who can be quite clever.
Well, because I think from what the sound of it was, at least what and I highly recommend, particularly the interview with the editor. He gives the most info on the Shout Factory thing. Patrick Lussier, who edited a bunch of Wes Craven stuff, talking about that was like he said they hired me for 6 weeks of post production. I ended up working 19 months on the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And literally, there's Wes Craven going, I had to turn down other movies because I was still making this movie. He goes,
Yeah.
I could have made.
God.
He goes, I could have made 2 other films in the time it took me to make Cursed.
And even on the Wikipedia page, they have quotes from the actors themselves going like, what I find interesting is that, and it's very politic, but Judy Greer and Jesse Eisenberg and people interviewed on it years later, none of them are willing to just go, what a piece of shit. But they all say like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They're all like going, the original
Judy
script
Greer's
was
is
fine.
great. Yeah, Judy Greer's.
Yeah, and they're like going, and it's like 2 years later, they call me back, and I'm like, we're still making this? It's like, now I'm doing what?
Well, this
and
was,
you can see all that. You just
what
like,
the editor
wow.
was talking about was he goes, they would do a cut, test it. It would test like okay, and then they would go like, no, okay, we got to fix all of this. We got to change.
We got to drop. We got to make this a PG-13 out. You're like, what?
And that's the latest in the game. I mean, well, I always said at some point they tested most of a film, and then went, we got to just scrap the whole thing. And the craziest thing is, the only part of the movie that remains intact from that first cut is the Jesse Eisenberg stuff. There are 12 minutes of the first stuff, and it's all the only stuff that wasn't reshot was all the Eisenberg, Ventimiglia, all the high school movie stuff, which kind of makes sense to me because that feels like its own movie about teen werewolf. Like that's just
I mean, it is essentially Teen Wolf 2, but with the
wrestling.
snark of more wrestling.
Teen Wolf 2, or it was Spider-Man Werewolf was the other thing I thought about particularly. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, very much so when he comes in and he's got his cool hair.
And the clever twist of having the outrageously over-the-top homophobic character then at the end go, how did you know I was actually gay?
The only thing I like about that...
That's a fine twist, but...
And Ventimiglia, by the way, it's thankless, but the guy, he's a good actor, and he is playing it very earnestly.
They're all good actors, generally speaking.
Yeah. He's playing it very
I'd
earnestly.
say maybe
it's a cliche,
not so
though.
much Shannon Elizabeth, though she's only in there for 5 seconds.
I was going to bring up Maya.
And maybe not...
Pop star Maya.
Yeah, Maya, maybe not so much either. But I'm sitting there going like, this is a killer's row where you sit there going like, look at all these really good actors. And hot for their time, of course, but you're sitting there going like, you all will do better work.
I will say,
you've all already done better work.
The big thing, and it makes sense because he was just starting out, the reviews, which are mostly middling to negative, there are people who kind of have, I think, the attitude that Elliot and I have with it a little bit, where people go like, I don't know, it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's a fun genre movie, but pretty much everybody goes, but this Eisenberg is amazing. Like, this guy's really good. Like, there seems to be a general consensus that goes like, if you put that guy in a better vehicle, he could really be, because he was coming off of some heat off of, do you remember the indie movie Roger Dodger? That was kind of his, with him and Campbell.
Kind of the breakthrough.
That was it was like a little indie drama he had done, and that was the first place he kind of popped, and people went like, oh, who's this guy? And then they put him in this, and I think there was still, it seems like a lot of the critics who liked him in that were like, well, I still like him, I just hope he gets in something that uses him better.
Christina Ricci, I believe, had already done The Opposite of Sex, which was her like, I'm a serious indie actor, and she's great in it. And
she's always great.
And then maybe like just the next year she's doing this, and you're like going, "Oh, Christina, what a stumble."
She had also done. She had also the movie. This is to show you she had just done Monster right before this too, with Charlize Theron.
Oh yeah, that was right before this, wasn't it?
That was right before. Well, and what's interesting is it was the movie she did before this, but it came out 2 years before this. That's how long they were working on this movie. They talked about, in one of the makings of I watched, she talked about she would just show up on set going like, I guess this is just what I do now. My career now is just making this movie.
Yeah. That's the way
they said she was the most resigned to just like, well, this is never going to come out, and you're just going to keep calling me back to film more of this. Okay.
As long as y'all pay me.
Yeah. She was just, I mean, she's the face on the poster. She's definitely the name in this movie. Because Eisenberg, like I said, had maybe done a couple things. But by the way, the thing that really helped him is this same year, The Squid and the Whale came out, and I think that's really what like turned him into, people were like, holy shit, that guy, this kid's great.
I mean, again, everyone survived this movie.
No one's because everyone in this is still active for the most part, or at least.
And I know that
And
people were snarky about Joshua Jackson coming in when Skeet Ulrich, and they're like, "Oh, of course, Kevin Williamson, just bring in Pacey."
Which is it's so
but Joshua
weird.
Jackson's, I mean, they're all
Well, I was gonna say, though,
fine actors. They're all good.
What's that face, Elliot?
I love Joshua Jackson.
No, I do too.
I love him.
Yeah.
He is probably doing the worst in this movie.
Well, he is the most.
In my opinion is that
I
he
think-
is the worst in this movie.
I think you're right, and I think the editor explains that also in the thing, and that was the
Okay.
character who had the most rewrites. They could not
Oh,
decide.
completely.
They talk
Oh,
about
completely.
from cut to cut, he was either going to be sympathetic or evil, and
Yeah.
they kept
And there's no way
vacillating
to
back
smooth
and
that
forth.
transition when you've done this
They talked about
massive amount of reshooting.
The original take on the character was he was more like the Lon Chaney Wolfman, haunted, and the end of the movie would have been him going, "Please, I love you. You have to kill me.
You
to
have to
save
kill
you."
me. Yeah, the original ending is literally him saying, "That will cure you." Is to
And
get rid
that
of
would
me
be
because
a
I infected
better-
you.
That's a better movie. That's a much
It's a
better.
better. I mean, it's a better movie. But I mean, we can only
Well,
guess
but I'm
at
talking
how
about
much.
but at
'cause
least
thing's-
the emotional and
yes, it has an emotional ending
But
instead
that
of
was-
just a stock
but the-
horror ending.
but that was the studio going, "No,
I'll
no,
kill
no.
you and your brother.
That
now
was-
I'm evil.
And because that comes out of nowhere when that happens. Like it seems like they're. I like the idea of it's like, oh yeah, Joshua Jackson is a werewolf, but he's actually like a good werewolf, and then Judy Greer is the villainous werewolf. But then it's like, no. Then the studio was like, no, he needs to be. Apparently, the what the editor said is the studio said he needs to be the Emperor to Judy Greer's Darth Vader werewolf. That's what it should be.
Fuck
What?
this
He's
world
yeah.
that we're in.
But also, don't go back and reshoot any more of the movie. Just shoot a new ending where that's the case.
Yeah.
all
so-
I can say is the
and Joshua- yeah.
Weinsteins have so much to answer.
Well, I was gonna say
for.
the absolute scariest part of this movie is scene produced by Harvey Weinstein in the opening.
Oh,
credits.
sure, yeah, but I mean, almost. We've talked a lot about the behind-the-scenes stuff without getting into what's on
Yeah.
the screen. But I will say that it's pretty clear when you look at the whole story as it unfolded that almost every bad decision
Mhm.
didn't come from the people who we
No.
would have trusted, like a
No.
Wes Craven, like a Kevin Williamson.
And-
It was literally producer meddling. And sometimes Miramax had a, besides all the terrible things they've done, there were instances where they made things better, which is interesting. They had some instincts, but as far as this and Dimension goes, it was literally them just going like, throw money at it. Keep going
Well,
until we get a thing.
And what's so bizarre?
And every decision they forced on them
What's-
made this movie
What's
worse
so
and
bizarre
worse.
about that though is they hired the Scream team who had
Yeah.
made them. They've already made all the first 3 Scream movies. You would think they
And
would
then
have
they
a lot
couldn't
of.
help but meddle.
I know that's the thing that's crazy. It's like these guys have made you very successful.
So it's so interesting because that's not even the first time that has happened to Wes Craven in a
Oh.
situation where he
Oh.
has made a studio a bunch of money and then
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna make another movie, and they're like, actually, we have to mess with this.
Yeah,
It's
we're
like
gonna tell you how to
it's
do
literally
this.
the Deadly Friend situation.
Yep.
There
Another
you go.
one I also own the Shout Factory of, and another movie that's like
Deadly Friend, I enjoy for its batshit craziness,
But
and
there's
I
a
know
similar-
that it's a completely compromised and
there's a
effed up movie.
and actually exactly the same thing because they also reduced that down to a PG-13 and made him cut out all the gore.
But that one is just so its own thing that I
that's-
do
Yes.
enjoy it. This
No,
one
yeah,
is
is-
leaning into, werewolf tropes, and it's
Well,
not messing with any source material, but I keep wanting it to be smarter. I'm like, these are smarter people behind it.
and here's the,
But it seems like cheesy knockoff, all
here's
the commentary they're making on werewolves it's like, we saw this in Wolf. We even saw it in Teen Wolf.
Well, that
We
is-
saw this, and this joke was done over here. This joke, I'm like, God, there's nothing original in this
I mean, it is-
other than the attitude, and it's LA.
Man, I do think Wolf is underrated again. Just we already did that episode, but I still think Wolf is underrated.
I agree.
I think the third act is a little weak because Mike Nichols isn't an action director, but beyond that,
Right.
I think that's a really good werewolf movie.
You know,
Is that
one
the
of the one of
one-
the
That's
hey,
the one with-
wow, me Googles the word wolf and expects Google
that's
to know what I'm
it's
talking
the-
about.
That's
Jack
Jack
Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's
and
werewolf movie.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jack Nicholson, James Spade. By the way, James Spader's a
James
werewolf.
Spader?
Oh,
Yeah, no, it
James
is
Spader
so-
as a sexy
And Christopher Plummer?
Christopher
Yeah.
Plummer, Michelle Pfeiffer. It's,
I
Yeah.
have not seen this movie.
Oh,
Michelle Pfeiffer
it's
looking
really good.
unbelievably beautiful. in that
It really tries to be like, well, what if you did become a werewolf? Like, what if you're a regular guy?
Well,
and you
I think
really
the reason that it works is that it actually has a point it's making about it. Its take is sort of a thing on masculinity and also virility, and as you age and it's going away, but then finding your mojo again, even though it's dangerous mojo kind of thing.
and
It's a commentary,
it's-
and that makes it interesting.
yeah, and I think
And you've got fucking amazing actors in.
well, I mean, once again, just it's worth watching. I mean, Nicholson's great, but I just love the creepy, sexy werewolf James Spader in it.
And I like them bouncing off each other. And
Their
I like
scenes are
Michelle
great.
Pfeiffer seemingly, like the person on the outside,
Yeah.
and then you go, oh, I know why
It's
her character is here, and
great.
it's good
It's
stuff.
yeah, I think that's an unsung gem. But I think probably, as you're saying, if you dig back through what this was, there probably
But this
was
one that we're talking about has
current-
Lance Bass in it. So
another extremely 2005 moment when your big celebrity cameo is Lance. And I think even that shows you that time has passed since they started making, because I think by 2005, Lance Bass is cresting.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's a single reference in this that lasted between that would have hit. If that movie had come out like the next day after they finished shooting,
It was already on
maybe.
its way out. Yeah, it was.
yeah, but 2 years later, people
Well,
are
how about
going,
the fact that
"Oh
they
my god, that's
literally-
hilarious!"
Here's another thing too: is they had cast Mandy Moore in the Maya
I know.
part, and then in the interim, she was unavailable because they kept shooting. So like, who's a current other pop star we can get now? Mandy Moore though actually can act, and what's interesting is then she and Milo Ventimiglia go on to do a show together. Of course, it's very successful years later. So
Yes.
yeah, this movie's nuts. Let's get into the. Well, first I do want to talk about the poster.
Oh, right, of course.
It's a Dimension poster.
It's a very Dimension poster. I think it's better than some of the Dimension posters in that it's not 8 floating heads of sexy people.
It's one.
Yeah, it's only 4. Oh, I guess depending on which poster.
I'm
you're
looking at the poster that's just the original one sheet. That's just Christina Ricci with the yellow
with
eye.
claws.
with the
Okay.
claw marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you're looking at the home video poster, which is always where they really went hard at. Look at the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
This person's also in it.
There are 3 separate stars of WB shows in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
All good ones, though. That's the thing I gotta say, that they're all 3 really good actors from those WB shows. So that's that I do appreciate.
One thing I also really like Joshua Jackson,
Yep.
Elliot, to your point. But one thing that strikes me about Joshua Jackson, there was a clear attempt, even in later seasons of Dawson's Creek, where he's like going, I want to have a career after this. I have to start showing that I'm a leading man, not just like the funny sidekick guy. So it's very clear here. It's still evident when you watch him do stuff like what was the Dr. Death thing? It was amazing.
Oh,
in
he's
it.
fucking great in Dr. Death.
He's so good in it. But his I'm a mature acting man acting style, he watched a lot of George Clooney.
Sure.
And in this one, you can see someone who's not George Clooney doing George Clooney pretty well, but it is funny to me because I can see him like going, "No, look at me, I'm Smolder. I'm totally an adult."
If
you
you
get
want to
it?
see
Look how
Jackson at peak Clooney, it's Fringe. I really think that's him.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
and I
Clooney.
loved Fringe.
And that's really, I think, where he really separated at. And you're like, oh, this guy's really good.
Yeah, and like I think, and right by that time, that was like 2010 or whatever. Like by that time, it seemed like he found his own way to Clooney it.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
he did.
it's always the Brendan you always talk to about the Bernthal doing De Niro. It's like it's these guys spin on. You can see their influence, and then as they progress in their careers, they
naturalize it. They make it their own.
Yeah.
But you can see what they built on, and it's just funny to me because
when
he
did
is Clooney.
movie he was in come out? The with the like weird fraternity.
Oh,
of
the Skulls.
the Skulls.
That was before.
Was that before this movie?
Yeah, that was
I think so,
2000.
yes.
That was during.
Okay.
That was his like.
Was
I am
his
still
like
on
I'm
during-
not?
but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can make a
during
movie.
Dawson's Creek.
Okay,
Like,
I couldn't remember where that
Vanderbeek-
was.
Vanderbeek
The
when he did
JJ
the-
timeline.
Yeah. It goes Mighty Ducks, then Dawson, then Skulls,
Okay.
then the. But no, that was like remember Vanderbeek did was it Varsity Blues, the football
Yeah.
movie.
I don't want your
They
life.
all went and did their thing, you know.
Yes.
Katie Holmes did. Do you remember Disturbing Behavior, which was teen
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
teen
kinda, yeah.
Stepford Wives? I think that was also Dimension with her and.
Did she do?
That
Well,
was
who
her
did
and Mars-
teaching?
That was also
teaching
her.
Mr. Tingle.
Yeah, she had a
I was like,
couple.
she did 2 of those around the same time. It was
right.
like,
It's interesting because she was, I think, sort of poised as the big breakout of that show. I feel like they were really trying
Yes.
to make her the teen
and then quietly,
ingenue.
Michelle Williams is a freaking Oscar
Quiet-
winner. Just
Michelle,
like,
Michelle
in the
Williams
background.
did the smartest thing, which is to kind of just lay low for a while and then creep into the indie sphere and just build all this. Well, the other thing I was going to say that's interesting is, though, yes, at the
That's,
time, people go like...
Jokes on
Oh, no, I'm sorry. But I was just going to say the thing...
jokes on all them because Katie Holmes got to be in Brahms the Boy too.
Yep.
Of course. Katie Holmes' movie career is filled with fascinating choices, actually. Really, it is. Like, she's done some real interesting indie dramas and then been, like, fourth lead in some massive budgeted stuff. And then, of course, didn't come back for the second Batman movie, which is a terrible choice on her part. But anyway, the thing I was going to say about that is it's interesting that at the time people go, when they replace Skeet Ulrich with Joshua Jackson, it's like, oh man, you're going to get a TV star. And it's just funny now because while I love Skeet Ulrich, I don't know where
He loves you.
I don't know where he is. And Joshua
Yeah.
Jackson has continued to do good work and is still
Yep.
an in-demand.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting. And like I said, no offense. I think particularly Skeet Ulrich in Scream, I think is fucking great.
He
Yeah, he's
has
great.
moments. He has shown that he can do stuff.
It's interesting that actually he was the flavor of the moment.
Was in Escape Room, wasn't he?
Oh, was he in that? I didn't catch Escape Room.
No, I never
I
saw
watched
it.
Escape Room and Escape Room 2.
Oh God, I forgot there was
Tournament
a
of Champions for free. Don't get it twisted.
There you go. Oh no, of course, yeah. But it's just, this movie is, as we brought up, this movie is very indicative of the time.
Yes.
It couldn't be more 2005, and I think maybe that's some.
Is
of
that
the,
because it starts with Bowling for Soup?
Oh
I
my
was gonna
God.
say, if we're gonna get into the movie, let's get into this
Hey, they
rip
all
roaring
little
cover of
Red
Hey
Riding
Red Riding Hood
Hood.
by Bowling for Soup.
Right
Yes.
away, man. It was, and I think some of that is I do just have nostalgia for the time, less so than the movie in this case, or this type of movie. But I will say that started up, and I did just kind of sink into this film a little bit, like, that's good 2005.
Oh dear.
Not
love
objectively
Bowling for
good.
Soup.
Yeah, but it was like the second it started up, I was like, oh, I remember these kind of movies. And so hey there, little Red Riding Hood. And
I'm sorry.
that there's no way in hell that was like a old man Wes Craven going like, I think
Old man
we're
Wes
really gonna-
Craven was probably going, guys, for $10, we can get the rights to Sam the Sham and the Pharaoh's original, much superior version.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that here's a sad thing about, as we bring up Wes Craven, he was never interested in the script, even in its original state. But
Yeah, they
he was,
forced it on
They
him.
forced him to do this. He was trying to make a movie called Pulse that ended up coming out with Kristen Bell. That was a big passion project of his. Well, it's not great. I wonder if it would have been better if Craven had directed it. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's certainly a more. I understand the appeal of that at that time. That's the thing with the killer cell phones and stuff. So certainly,
Yeah, and we were in the kind of big time of remaking Japanese horror films for an American audience.
That's huge. In fact,
The Ring, The
think-
Grudge,
The Grudge.
maybe it
The
wasn't
Ringing
Craven.
Grudge.
It was Sam Raimi produced The Grudge, right? I was gonna say, was
Yeah.
that Craven who produced? No, it was Raimi.
No, it was Raimi.
But Raimi, by the way, Raimi's one of those things. If you look at his producing credit, he's produced every horror movie. They always get Raimi to go like, Yeah, sure. That sounds cool. I mean, I have to imagine that's
filling out my spreadsheet, my list of every horror movie I've seen.
Which is insane.
I need to go back and put a producer/producers column in there, because a startling amount of them are Sam Raimi.
Well, and certainly we're also in the era of Wes Craven Presents. We already did Dracula 2000, a movie he literally had nothing to do with. But Dimension was like, can we say Wes Craven Presents? He was like, I guess.
Why? If you want to.
But the sad thing about this is they were like, Wes, you make Cursed for us, we'll make Pulse. And then this took so long that he couldn't direct Pulse.
Yeah. And then Pulse came out, and it was terrible.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know that the Wes Craven version would have been great, but it maybe would have been better. But it's just sad that he was excited about something, took something to get that made, and then they ended up making it without. And there's a great quote where he just goes, "I learned with Cursed, I'm never fucking taking something again for the money. Like that thing." He goes, "That ate up all the time." He does make a very underrated, just to give it a brief happy note before we get into this, what I think is an underrated little gem, which is Red Eye he makes after this. I really like Red Eye.
Red Eye, I liked it, yeah.
That's sort of Craven doing Hitchcock. I really like that.
Yeah,
with Cillian Murphy.
Is that the one with Cillian Murphy?
Yeah, and Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
I think that may be the first thing I ever saw him in.
I think that broke. Well, that was the first thing after 28 Days Later that was sort of like a.
Oh,
he had some heat off 28 Days Later, and that was the first time they put him in like a studio mode, and he's great in it. He's super creepy and McAdams, and you've also got a great Brian Cox. Who's always just wonderful in everything.
You can't get wrong.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
So anyway, what I'm saying is, as much as I do have a lot of fun with Cursed, maybe watch Red Eye, which is not a horror movie in and of itself, but like that clearly was like Craven going like, oh, here we go. This is what I'm interested in. This is now I'm firing. Here we go. Yes, we're at a carnival on the pier. We're playing
very Lost Boys.
Very Lost Boys.
I still believe your boyfriend's Star not quite as sexy as that sax man.
No,
I don't think.
But even
listen. I love Bowling for Soup. They are not quite as sexy as the sax man.
I don't want to see any of them with their shirts
But
off.
to be fair, few things in cinema are as sexy as that sax man. Really,
it's true.
He is oiled up.
And right off the bat, we are introduced to one of the great actors in this movie out of nowhere. I was like, Portia de Rossi, what are you doing here?
Who is supposed to be Ileana Douglas?
Yes. Oh,
which I mean, I love Portia de Rossi. I do.
Well, she's
great. Ileana Douglas, come on.
Ileana Douglas is much more what you expect. Who would expect to be playing this character. She's got sort of there's a bizarre quality to Ileana Douglas that I love. Whereas
since they're leaning into the look, this is all a stupid getup I wear. I actually do have the gift kind of thing.
I do really like
she would have been very funny and quirky.
Money.
Yeah. But Portia de Rossi does a fine job.
Well,
she is a boardwalk fortune teller.
Yeah.
And you get two young ladies played by Mia and Shannon Elizabeth, who
I did a panel with at a convention.
I
once.
know.
I did a full hour-long
How
interview.
much did you guys cover Cursed?
I think I brought it up. I think I asked about working with Craven, because I did. I will say, regardless of whatever you think of her performance in this movie, she is very charming in person.
Of course, I would assume.
I found her eminently likable.
Turns out also.
Yeah.
She's fairly attractive.
Well, and I will say a lot of my job as moderator was quieting creeps in the crowd with their questions, cutting off creepy questions from the crowd. That was a lot of what I was trying to do. And I will say, though, she was so sweet. She really wanted to hear the questions, and I had to go like, "No, Shannon, we're moving on. We don't want you.
Moving on."
She goes, "I didn't
Shannon,
Shannon,
you don't want to hear this one."
Well, because she was like, "I didn't fully hear what he said." I'm like, "He was asking you out.
We're moving on."
Yeah.
But here, basically, it's. Ask this fortune teller about the guy you have a crush on. We'll find out later that person is Pacey.
I don't want to wait for my life to be over.
I don't want to wait.
Yeah, but I will say, though, if whatever limitations Shannon Elizabeth has as an actor are great, she's greatly increased by being on screen with Maya.
Yep.
Who I don't know that I ever saw her in anything else other than this. Did she do any other acting, really?
I don't know.
Because this was kind of a thing. This also feels like of the era, right? They would always put these pop stars in mostly horror movies. It felt like in horror, like sequels. I think of Brandy being in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Well, this is also during the era where they're just looking for, they don't rest the movie on it, but if you can get anybody in there that someone has been on an FHM or Maxim cover, it's like you get them in there and and remember Paris Hilton was in House of Wax remake and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Jesus.
Yep. Oh God, which is a bummer because we are huge fans of the original House of Wax.
Of course.
Vincent
And
Price,
then
our boy Vinny.
But this is a time of disappointing remakes of classics.
Well, because I think
WB actors.
Yeah.
The Fog. All right, moving on.
Oh, The Fog kills me, man. That
Yeah,
one's
man.
a real bummer.
That should be remade by someone who's good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, The Fog is not Carpenter's best, but that remake made you go like, actually, it's pretty fucking good though. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty good by comparison.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I've always had a soft spot for The Fog, so
as you should. I think like I said.
Wait, the original, right?
The
You
Carpenter.
know?
Yeah. I like I said, I don't know that it's like number one Carpenter, but I think it's got some parts of it and great villains. Ghost pirates. God
I'm
damn,
telling you,
Ghost lepers.
Yeah, ghost leopard, leper, pirates.
Well, they weren't pirates. They were just. Listen, we
They
can't get into this right now.
I know a colony of lepers, and they're
Yeah.
on the ship,
Yeah.
and they had been forced off, and they've come back.
They read as pirates in aesthetic, and I feel like people remember them as pirates. But no, if you, of course, the great John Houseman tells us the whole story at the beginning, which is great.
Yes,
and also badass ending. The last shot of that movie fucking rules. All right. By the way, I have seen Maya in one other movie. If you're a listener of the Action Shelf, we did cover a film called Bermuda Tentacles that she was in. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm familiar with her work, is what I'm saying. Apparently, she was in Chicago. I don't remember that. She must be one of the women in the prison.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure she can sing.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, she was in the cover of Lady Marmalade for
and I think
Moulin Rouge.
That's what I most know.
Did
her
she
from.
at the beginning? She gets a shout out without like going Christina.
Yeah.
That's you gotta list everybody in the song.
They list everybody right at the top, but
that
I don't
is the thing.
Maya.
That is what I most know her from. Is that not?
Mama,
I can't say that. All right. So yes, we start there, and they want to ask about this guy she likes, but of course, immediately Portia de Rossi's like, no, blood. I see blood.
Yeah,
blood.
she freaks them out by like actually doing a kind of reading where she goes, "You both are doomed to." It's like I see you.
One might even say they are cursed.
They are cursed.
And if you think we're not going to say the word cursed a lot in this movie, you don't know what kind of film you're watching.
Yeah.
This is a movie that's all about people being cursed.
I mean, there isn't an ounce of subtlety in this film.
No.
No, and I'm okay. Like I said, though, I'm okay with that. I think maybe this show has further destroyed my because. Brandon, we watch enough stuff that I'm starting to go like, well, this is reasonably entertaining, unlike a lot of the bullshit we watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys have seen worse werewolf films. Come on.
Completely true.
Way worse. I mean,
I'm always going to judge something
this movie's
based
in
on
focus, and I can hear the dialogue. So
Well, here I am looking at all these pieces, and I can't. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's sadness because this should be better than this. Yeah, it's already miles better than a lot of the crap we've watched.
It is reasonably competent, but it is made by people who should be excelling. There is no question.
Yeah, and it is such a disjointed thing I didn't even know the story when I watched it. After it was over, I was like, what were they trying to do? What was that about? And I knew they had to do reshoots because, again, wigs,
yeah.
I was like, oh, Jesse, what's going on with your hair in this scene? Oh, because it was shot 2 years later.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I feel like the editor just keeps going like, that the girl who plays, what is it, Brooke and Milo Ventimiglia, they go, they never got them back for reshoots. That stuff is the only stuff that's still there that never
The whole thing
changed.
of her showing up at the end, you're like going, Jesus, what kind of fairy tale is this? Where it's like, found your dog and I am in love with you.
Well, because let's get to the introduction of Jesse Eisenberg character. He's of course using his dog to meet this cute girl.
Well, a cute girl that he already knows from school.
But of course it's and oh boy, I mean, do you think Eisenberg had to go in for Peter Parker, right? I feel like that's a given. He's got serious Peter Parker energy in this movie.
Well, he's doing Nebbish, which Jesse Eisenberg is good naturally at Nebbish.
Eisenberg doing Nebbish. I was thinking about this. This is, Nebbish teen Jesse Eisenberg, and he has now transitioned, now that he's like hit 40, into Nebbish, depressed, middle-aged man Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. Always an extremely intelligent person, but here he's almost Jerry Lewis. Like they want him to be really like pathetic.
Yeah, and he's
when he gets alphaed with the werewolf stuff, that he can. There's a big difference, but here he's just like, I sit behind you in class.
Well, of course, she has no
class.
idea.
I've been in all four of your classes. You probably don't know.
And she doesn't. She's way too popular and hot.
And she is someone
Jesse
that I kept
Eisenberg.
going like, who are you? You seem familiar.
Yeah.
And then I looked her up. I was like, no.
She
hasn't had a big career, so I've probably seen her in a couple of things, maybe.
She's bounced about, she's in stuff. It's one of those things where it's like,
she looks like if you couldn't get Rachel Lee Cook.
Yeah,
it's like,
very much.
It's like, get this person.
Which, of course, a huge hit for Miramax around this time was She's All That. So, they really went hard at the. Yeah, I mean, looking at her career, it's like I've seen all this stuff. She's in one episode of House, and couple episodes of Grimm, couple episodes of True Blood. She's in Black Swan, but like,
she's
probably one of the
dancers.
Yeah, you just go like, oh yeah, you're like in stuff I know, but I don't know her. She does some video game voice acting.
Good. That's neat.
Yeah, I mean she's fine. There's no character here at all.
No, right?
No.
Like,
in fact, the thing is, this is a trope in any high school movie that I can't stand if they're being really. This is paint by numbers stuff, where it is, I'm the Nebbish who has the crush on the pretty girl who's actually quite nice, but the whole thing is she's dating a jerk.
She's inexplicably still dating this guy.
Dating this guy who's actively horrible to everyone. And she doesn't stand up for. It's like, leave him alone is the most that she'll do.
That's the thing that always gets me about these movies is there's never another color to these guys where it's like, well, I see that he's being nice to her. No, he's a piece of shit to literally everyone.
Which is kind of why Stranger Things was so well done. The whole Steve Harrington twist where he was the. In season one, they showed other sides to him. We were like going,
my favorite thing about that is,
and then he becomes, great.
My favorite thing about that was that the original plan was for Steve to die in season one, and then they started getting the dailies back and going like, oh, this guy's a fucking star though. This guy's
too damn good.
He's just so charming.
And then him becoming the babysitter.
Yeah,
and I
think a lot of that
weird kid.
I think a lot of that just came from Kiri's performance, and the whole great thing about, and this now I'm going to talk about Stranger Things for just a second. I promise we'll get back to this, but the whole great thing about that show, and a lot of the benefit of it being a show, is everyone starts as the teen movie stereotype, and then over the course of episodes and seasons, they all start to get fleshed out, and that's
the mark of smartness.
Really smart. And here
good writers.
The other thing I love about this guy is he has like a radar sense for when someone's hitting his girlfriend, because he always appears out of nowhere with his boys. Who also, I know that guy. That guy's the flight. His main crony is the mission control guy from For All Mankind.
Yes, he is.
He's a good character actor.
I was looking at him going, where do I know you from?
I love that they make them wrestlers, because wrestling has weight classes. I'm also going, this is the small. These guys are the physically smallest. Because Ventimiglia, I'm going like, he's a little buffer, but he's not that much bigger than Eisenberg.
You could still put him in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going like, I think this is kind of a fair fight, actually, even without the werewolf powers. But Ventimiglia rose in, and immediately I did go, oh no, because I really like Milo Ventimiglia, and I'm going, oh no, he's playing this guy.
He's playing this guy, and he's called upon, and this is a tale of the times. Now, true, you should be able to write pieces of shit like they are pieces of shit, and they will say pieces of shit things. But in order to really nail and drive home, this is a terrible human being, man, are they not afraid to just like put up big neon homophobia all over
and
this.
that's
the stuff that they're saying is like everything out of his mouth and his buddy's mouth has something to do with the sexuality of Jesse Eisenberg's character.
I think one of the notes I wrote down is just like, get some new material, bullies. It's like, we get it. You think he's gay.
Not in 2005?
No, in 2005.
No.
And the only thing I like about, of course, when he ends up being gay, you're like,
I mean, right, because I want to talk about that a little bit, because like it is a trope that has, one, not aged well, and two,
at the time,
like,
I'm sure that was like, ooh, fascinating.
I mean, right? Because that's the thing, like, and we've seen it even as recently, quote unquote. This was like over 10 years ago with Paranorman, with the not a bully, but the dumb older brother.
You should see Paranorman, Brendan. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really fun. But spoiler alert, the dumb older brother at the end has a throwaway line about that. He's like, oh yeah, I'll introduce you to my boyfriend.
Yeah. Glee did it. Yeah. That's the one I always think of as Glee definitely did the
It's like,
jock
what
guy.
if the stereotypical jock bully was out and
actually
proud.
Gay? And it's like...
Yeah.
There are things that I do like that do work with this trope. There is a comic that came out recently, an indie comic by a Portland artist, Mars Hayward, called Long Exposure, in which it is like an enemies to lovers high school like thing about kids with superpowers, and the kid, the bully and the bullied fall in love because the bully was like, I have a bad home life and I'm lashing out because I'm gay and I don't know how to feel about it.
I gotcha.
And it's actually really good.
Well,
I mean, that can be done well.
But that's the thing, right? Is like, and there are glimpses in this
because I think
it like kind of turning on its head, because one, okay, he's like, I'm gay, like I didn't know you were also gay, like we can be gay together.
The only thing
that
doesn't make sense about that is there's no actual evidence Jesse Eisenberg is gay.
He lives through the end of the movie, which I had forgotten about and was genuinely surprised by.
Yeah, how nice is that?
And when Brooke comes by with the dog, he is like, he's just sort of like, Jesse Eisenberg's like, hey, I'll walk you home. And he's like sheepishly standing there, and they're both like, come on.
What's weird about that?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're all still friends.
Yeah, emotionally, that would be great if we had seen scenes in between.
Exactly. If there was anything to like.
Because did he and Brooke have a conversation like, I'm sorry, it turns out I'm gay,
apparently.
And I apologize for being such an asshole. And you know who likes you, who you should probably, is that Jimmy guy. It's like, you know what? Okay. And we're friends now because we were fighting a werewolf
all of that
together.
happens off screen. And
it all happens off screen. So at the end, you're like, why are they now a threesome walking off like, all right.
Honestly, why wasn't Jesse Eisenberg bisexual? That's the hill I'm going to die on.
Well, becomes a throuple at the end. Sure.
Here's the thing about that is whether or not he's bisexual is, and I think just because of the amount of, he and Ventimiglia have way more chemistry than him and Bland Girl.
They do.
And a lot of that is also because they also have like 3 times the amount of scenes together.
That's the thing, is that they are thrown together by the plot, and there's also a way to perfunctory, we are now depending on each other kind of thing, like we're fighting together, so we've made up. Plus, he did have the heartfelt, like, man, I'm sorry I was such a jerk to you, but how did you know I was gay? So, I mean, they do actually have a through line. It's just a really clunky one because of how crap this movie is.
And I do,
about.
That's why I do think it makes sense to me.
And the lead star, the lead actor in this, Christina Ricci, our main character.
Yeah.
At the end, they seem to be acknowledging we haven't done anything with her. At the end of the movie is literally her
She's
going,
just like, well, I'll just clean up the
I'll just be
house,
here,
I guess.
Clean up me and the dog. Bye, everybody.
Because she's looking at old footage of another movie. That's separate That makes so much sense. She's never even in the same shot as them. Jesse Eisenberg runs out of her movie into the other movie. It's crazy. No, but that's the thing about it is I do feel like that is the best stuff in the movie. The problem with it is it's so it is only 12 minutes of the movie. But
Yeah.
I think the reason that's the best stuff is that was the only existing from the first thing that probably back when the movie had a clear point. So because that is untouched, it's the only part of the movie that really does actually have like an arc you can follow, even if it's kind of slapdash. And I think a lot of that is I wish it was done better. And once again, I think you're right, Elian, that a lot of this is we're looking at it in 2023 and we're like, okay, the jock guy is gay. But at the time, that was not a... And also, I mean, I'm not going to say... Because people use this as an excuse all the time. But, like, this is probably from Williamson's draft, who is a gay man. So I'm sure had some, care to write something with... And also...
the attempt to flip stuff on its head, I appreciate.
Yes.
It just needs to be done.
And also, I was like... I will say, when he came out, I was like, oh, thank God, at least then... The constant hammering of the homophobia makes a modicum of sense.
Yeah.
It's not just 2005 and we're lazy and we're only going to do that. And like I said, Ventimiglia is a good actor, and even if it's underwritten, he plays it with a real earnestness, and I just like the guy. And it's a good casting because he came to fame on Gilmore Girls, where he played kind of a darker character who was good at his core, though. So it's like he's good at that. It's sort of being menacing, but actually sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I said all of that, like, not like to be like, yes, viewing it from 2023 vision, or 2025 when this episode comes out.
Well, this will also take 19 months in post-production to film.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I can't wait to be replaced by, I don't know, somebody else. I can't wait till you find...
Actually. It will be Skeet Ulrich.
It'll be
But did you see the list? But
it'll be
Campbell
it'll be
Porridge, Meet the Monsters.
Oh man.
It'll be fucking what's his face? I was just watching Rose Red, and the guy who plays Jake actually lives in Portland. He teaches at OHSU.
That's
so
right. Yes.
Yeah.
I know that guy. I don't know him, but I know
well,
he's around.
because he was in Grimm's and like a bunch of stuff that was filmed in Portland and some like nerdier stuff. So I'm assuming you've met him at a Rose City.
Yes, I think Listman actually has like interacted with them a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I don't want to put that. His best friend, Michael Listman. No, no, that guy's great though.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it would be him. It would.
Sorry to continue us not actually talking about Cursed.
Not at all. Yeah. But no. So Kurt. Oh no, I was just gonna say though, if you go to the trivia, it's not just Skeet Ulrich. There's a huge list of all the actors who actually shot the movie and are not in it. And I'm just gonna list this off quickly. Ileana Douglas, we mentioned. Heather Langenkamp was in this movie at some point.
Yep,
which
as a cameo.
Yeah, but still, Scott Foley, also we had another WB guy in here.
Yep.
Omar Epps. I mean, by the way, Scott Foley, Omar Epps from Dracula 2000, so definitely like a Dimension guy. The great Robert Forster was in this.
I know.
James Brolin and Corey Feldman, speaking of the Lost Boys. All of those actors, apparently there was an entire plot about Joshua Jackson's father being... James Brolin, and they like shot James Brolin. They talked about the editor was going, oh, there were some good scenes between the two of them where they like really butted heads.
Of course there were.
Yeah,
of course there were.
Yeah, he goes, they did some good work, and then literally it was just like, ditch all that. Why would you cut Brolin out?
We have to keep talking about the
movie that is, but it's so crazy. But I'm just saying, I just wanted to get that because that list is insane of all like really good actors who are just gone from this movie. So anyway, so Christina Ricci and Jesse Eisenberg are siblings.
Yes,
which I do like.
They have a strained relationship because their parents are dead.
Yeah, I just love the idea that once again we're looking at footage where they weren't and then footage where they are. And boy, is he nebbish because he's afraid to be in downtown Los Angeles. He goes, do you have any idea what could happen to me down here? Yeah, man, he's a nervous cat.
I'm sorry. He is very nervous because he's literally walking on one of the most populated. It's
like
It's Hollywood Boulevard.
touristy.
I mean, literally,
Yeah.
I've walked. It's like there's Ripley's, believe it or not, which is right across the street and down the block from Grauman's Chinese. The Egyptian is just right over there.
Yeah.
Great theater.
Yeah.
The
No,
El
yeah.
Capitan,
And it's
where
not-
all the Disney films.
It
It's like,
doesn't.
come on,
It doesn't appear
people.
to be 3 a.m. You know, it's like it's high business time for these places because literally
And
the
can
girl
somebody
he
explain
likes
something to me?
is working in like a souvenir shop. You know.
You know,
Yeah.
she's working in. I think she's working in either Guinness or Ripley's because
Yeah.
they have the both across the street.
Unclear
from each other.
because they probably shot in one and then decided to change it to the other.
Yeah.
What is that club that Joshua
Well, I was gonna
Jackson's
say,
opening
Christina
called
Ricci-
Tinsel?
It's
Because
like
here's the-
Madame Tussauds
Yeah.
meets dance club meets a
Well,
museum.
apparently,
thing is, the
apparently
first-
this was something that changed throughout the cuts of it. It was a wax, an actual wax museum at one point,
Well,
and then
the
it
thing
became
is
a
in
club,
this-
and then you know,
it's called Tinsel, but
Yeah.
for the first chunk that we see of it,
It's
it
all
is
horror
all
stuff.
horror stuff.
because
Yeah.
I was going, I want to
Um,
go to this place. I would hang out
Yeah.
here when they
And
have.
they make a reference to Planet Hollywood. It's like, man, you guys, and he goes, don't mention the competition. I'm like, well, Planet Hollywood's a restaurant with stuff in it.
Yeah,
So
like
is this
a
a restaurant?
like a
And then later on,
family
it's a
restaurant.
dance club.
Yeah, not the same clientele. I don't think at his
No.
Yeah.
upscale.
And also, it's not till much later in the movie that we see that there are other types of rooms.
I know when
Because
they're-
this is a club in and of itself, just with the horror stuff. But apparently, there's music stuff, which explains Tinsel better. Because I was
Yeah.
like, why would Tinsel be the name of a horror nostalgia themed
yeah.
thing? So it's stupid and confusing. And it made me think of that House of Frankenstein thing we saw. Remember that
Oh,
the Vampires
God.
Club was called the House of Frankenstein?
That's right. We
and
did
had all the
we did watch a
Props and
TV movie where Dracula owned a nightclub in L.A., but it was all monster movie themed. I guess the idea was he was hiding in plain sight.
yeah.
Makes
the
sense to
idea-
me.
He's got a dance club called House of Frankenstein with a bunch of like
Oh, that was-
monster stuff in it.
That was bad. That movie was bad, believe it or not. No, so yeah. And so she goes there because Christina Ricci goes there before she picks up Jesse Eisenberg. She's going to hang out with her hot boyfriend, Joshua Jackson, who is very hot in this movie, as he always has
Yeah.
been and always will be. The man
He's an oddly handsome guy.
He looks-
I do agree he's handsome, but he's not your typical. He is working hard on this molding.
He was the more approachable, handsome of the two on. Vanderbeek was pretty. You know?
I know, not with that forehead. Vanderbeek's a weird looking dude too.
Brendan, do you think any man, because you brought this up, we've had the argument about whether or not Gosling's handsome, which I still think you're out of your mind
Gosling
about.
has, I mean, no, I will admit they're handsome, but not traditionally. Gosling's handsome. He's got that long, long horse face. I will say that Clooney is handsome, like undeniably handsome. Tom Cruise is undeniably handsome. He's
There
a
you go.
handsome man.
All
There are
right,
plenty
all
of
right,
handsome
all right.
men. I just think that there are some people that
But
their
these
charm
guys
or
are-
their own persona.
These guys
get past
are
the fact that they are
heartthrobs
unconventional.
of the time. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
once again, and but the thing I was gonna say is like Joshua Jackson still looks basically the same. The guy still looks great.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And by the way, John, it's all subjective. I
course,
would
of
never
course, but
stand
I'm just-
between you and Joshua Jackson.
I just am always
if
surprised
he is
with
your
these-
man,
No, the Vanderbeek one is
Go
actually
for
what
it.
got me there, simply because it's just sort of like these are the guys I think is conventionally handsome. So I think it's interesting when you go like, yeah, Vanderbeek. I'm like, I always thought he was the pretty boy on that show.
I respected the fact that possibly the most handsome person on that show was they did not handle him well gay character, but that actor, I can't even remember
Kerr
his name.
Smith. We saw him.
Oh
in-
yes, Kerr Smith. That's right.
What did we see? We saw him. Was that a
He's
vampire
pretty.
movie? Yeah, we saw him in a vampire movie.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
the Forsaken.
Wasn't it also something like
The
Forsaken? Good memory.
Oof.
I was like, wasn't it also like
Don't
Cursed?
bother if you haven't seen it. Would be my
Yeah,
response
no,
to that.
Elliot, you're fine.
But-
You're fine. You
Okay.
don't-
We're firmly in the era where we're seeing all the WB stars. So yeah, and there are more to come in this. We've already seen Milo Ventimiglia, Joshua Jackson. But we haven't gotten to my favorite, which is when Lex Luthor shows up later. But
yeah. Speaking of wigs, and that has nothing to do with reshooting.
No,
that has something to do with the fact that he was paid to be bald.
yeah, he's right in the middle of a show where he's famously bald and had to be bald for like 7 years straight.
Wow.
And also, has nothing to do in this movie at all. I mean, not at all. So
he's a red herring for a little bit.
We
like, maybe he's the werewolf.
Talk about things that we were getting set up though when they go, hey, what's this cool prop? Oh, I mean, look, I love it because I'm a horror movie nerd, but when they go like, why, that's the cane, the real silver-headed prop from the Wolfman, and you're like, that will be used to kill a werewolf later in this movie.
Oh yeah.
It's a given. Also, you gotta like Craven putting stuff from his own movies. There is a Scream mask, there's a Ghostface mask, and there's a Freddy Krueger wax figure.
But weirdly, they do the thing with when Eisenberg comes in to the opening, where he stops and looks at a pinhead thing so pointedly. I didn't do that on purpose, but he literally stops and looks at a pinhead mannequin, and he keeps looking back at it like, what? And I was like,
you thought that'd be Freddy?
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
you would expect that to be something more Craven.
Damn, Doug Bradley's here. I didn't know you got invited.
It was just so
if
realistic.
Only.
Yeah. No, actually, Clive Barker came in and just directed that one scene. No, because we're gonna put.
I have such wonderful things to show you.
Yeah, don't worry. Doug Bradley got his shot to be in another horror movie in the critically acclaimed Wrong Turn 5.
Oh boy, hey man. When we get there, when we're done with the monsters, which we've talked about, we will meet the slashers, and you better believe we're going to be watching.
We're going to do Wrong Turn?
We're going to watch the Wrong Turns. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah. Oh, all 7 of them.
I will say, in researching that, the amount of sequels to some franchises where you go like, how? I didn't know there were 8 of these things.
Yeah. How many Children of the Corn are there?
Oh,
a great deal.
God, it's.
I think more than even Stevie is comfortable with.
I think.
Well, Stevie was like, "That's a short story. Why have you turned it into 18 films?"
Yeah, I think that hits 8 or 9. I'm pretty sure the Children of the Corn. And now they've rebooted though and gone back to the start with the new one.
Oh, good.
They've just gone back and remade it. So
all right.
So anyway, Joshua Jackson though doesn't seem to be into this whole commitment thing. Christina Ricci's like, I don't, because she goes like, well, I'm gonna be here when you open this place, and of course, because he's cool and he's not pacey because he's got a growth of beard, so he's like,
which disappears in the rest of the movie.
But he's like,
he shaved off screen.
He's like, because they couldn't remember. We shot those other scenes 11 months ago. Did he have a beard?
Yeah.
I don't want to look.
Yeah.
But he's going. He's like, no, I'm not gonna be here when they open this place, man. Which is just like, what? You're an asshole then. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, I just need some time. Things are pretty hectic.
But he goes, I'm just gonna crawl into bed.
You know, if you know anything about a werewolf movie, you're like going, oh, he needs time away because it's that time of the month, so he's gonna go hide.
There's no doubt.
And it's like, hey, I still have to go to work when it's my time of the month. So
oh snap!
Fuck you, Joshua.
Yeah.
But then of course he goes like, I just want to crawl into bed, and she's like, why crawl into bed with you? And he's like, nah.
Yeah,
nah.
Nah.
Thanks, early 2000s, Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
I ain't got
no thanks. No thanks is what I'm saying.
No thanks, Wednesday Addams.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, I will say, I was a kid when those came out, and she was, I don't even know that I could say, probably before I even knew what a crush was or interested in like that, I loved Christina Ricci when I was a kid.
There's a weird thing when you, like, if you grow up with, as we all grow up, but you grow up with someone you've seen on TV and they were around your same age or somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And you, like, if you're a kid, you're like, I just like that person.
Yeah.
And then a few years later you go, oh, you've grown into a beautiful person. Now I still have a big crush on you. It's weird when they grow up in the, like, Millie Bobby Brown. No, I mean, we're not the same age. But
I was gonna say, be careful there.
We're talking about Stranger Things.
I've now
seen her already go from like a little tyke, all of these actors in the thing, and now they're like, it's weird.
I've now crossed the age Rubicon though, where now I'm
age Rubicon.
I'm not comfortable with sexy Millie Bobby Brown. She's a little girl to me.
Well, it is a little. I mean, you're still like, wow, okay, you're still a high school student who's about to get married.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
But anyway, no, and so Christina Ricci though, I think also being, did I know I was going to be like a weird horror kid eventually? It was like, I think for a lot of us,
she's iconic.
Wednesday Addams was like, this has awoken something in me. A weird.
And
dark
was it cool
girl.
seeing her in Wednesday, even as a supporting character? It was great.
She's so good in it.
Yeah, because she gets
so
the big
good.
turn too.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. If you haven't watched Wednesday on Netflix, the most watched program
I think you
of
have
all
to have
time.
watched it, right? That's what they tell us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Apparently that
so,
was a law.
So, for the love of God, let's finally get to Christina Ricci picks up Jesse Eisenberg. They're driving up on David Lynch is like, oh, Mulholland Drive. This could be a movie. No, I think he'd already made that at this point.
Mulholland Drive is
a great movie.
It's known. And no.
Oh, it's a great. I know.
In other words,
I know.
it had nothing to do with like sparking something in
I know,
Mr. Lynch.
but I understand it's a famous thing, but also when I hear it, I think of Lynch.
Yes. So they're talking about brother sister stuff, and there's a dog in the road. I don't think it's a dog.
Oh no!
They swerve. They hit another car, which coincidentally has Shannon Elizabeth in it.
Oh no, Shannon Elizabeth, no. And then we get a scene that I think does go on way too long. It's
too long.
Rescuing of Shannon. I'm like, wait a minute. What am I supposed? It's one of those things where I'm like, am I supposed to be worried about a werewolf, or now you're putting me in like suddenly it's Matt Dillon pulling Tandway Newton out of the car and crash.
Well, this whole thing is
also
weirdly protracted. We know we're in a werewolf movie. That's why we've come to watch this. So it shouldn't be about let's try and do some real world can you feel your legs? Where's your jack? It's in the thing. Where's your tire iron? It's
in the car going like, oh no, gas is dripping. And then outside you have Christina Ricci hearing growling in the woods, and I'm like, once again, what am I supposed to be worried about here, movie?
Yeah.
And then, of course, as soon as he actually gets her out of the seat and out of her seatbelt, chomp, a werewolf grabs her and drives her away. And in the unrated cut, rips her in half.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But it's also a weird sequence simply because the werewolf has grabbed Shannon Elizabeth to pull out of the car. Yeah. Then Jesse Eisenberg has grabbed onto her trying to protect her or save her. He gets pulled. Then Christina Ricci is holding on to his legs. And it's sort of this weird, it's a fun, we're all connected and being dragged to the woods. Jesse Eisenberg, that ends up, he's the one who sees that it's a big wolf.
Yeah.
Whereas Christina Ricci's like, I don't know what it was, but
no one believes him.
Nope.
No. What?
Not even Ron Swanson.
No. I will say the biggest delight was Officer Offerman looking somehow still 45 years old, even though this is much younger. It's still, he's like,
he looks exactly the same.
But he's got the cropped cop haircut and
he's got baby fat on him, actually.
A little bit, but he still looks like a middle-aged man. Like he's still
Ron Swanson is your cop.
Yeah, and it's just and he's I don't think there's a wolf out here.
It's like could be a mountain lion.
Ooh, good Offerman.
Oh, thank you. But he's like, well, we'll look into it. It's probably he keeps saying mountain lion, and you gotta love. Jesse Eisenberg goes, this ain't no mountain lion. He's turning into Hooper from Jaws. It was not a boating accident.
It wasn't Coral Reef. It wasn't Jack the Ripper.
No, Eisenberg would be up for that in a remake, which they shouldn't remake. But I am realizing
and they
that
do.
Would be
and if they do, then I'll fight Jesse Eisenberg to the death to play Hooper.
Oh boy!
By the way, I so badly want to see The Shark Is Not Working on Broadway. I really want to see that. I've heard great things.
You can't.
No, it's really hard to go there. So they grab her and everybody, and then I do love.
We find out that Jesse got.
Scratched.
Jesse got bit,
and Christina Ricci got. They both got clawed, and suddenly their beloved golden retriever is afraid of him.
Yeah,
Zipper.
Or Zipper.
Weird choice for a dog's name, but okay, sure.
Yeah.
Zipper. And bites him because that, of course, will come back later. By the way, this is a Solar playing Zipper.
Oh, okay.
One of
two, Solar's a better name for a dog.
One of two credits for Solar, who also was Mike the dog on Huff, the Hank Azaria show.
Oh, the one that co-starred my art school friend.
Your art school friend, Padgett Brewster, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan's Celebrity Corner, as the show often turns into.
Hey, look, I just dropped that and I ran away. I'm not telling Padgett stories. No. We'll just keep on moving on.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can go back into our archives and probably hear those pageant
Yeah,
stories.
you'll hear plenty
it's
all
coming.
about how I
don't
went
think
to
she's
art
ever
school.
been in a monster. I don't think we're ever going to talk about her on here.
I don't believe she has.
Which is a
Yeah,
bummer.
I don't think
She'd
so.
be great in a monster movie. I mean, she
Yeah.
I
hunts-
always think that she's been overlooked. I think that she's
I do
capable.
too.
I think that
And
she's
I don't even
capable
know
of
her.
comedy, drama. She does it all, and
Dude,
she does it well. And
man,
I've never understood the
I-
arc of her career. It should have been much bigger.
Should have been much bigger, but as a massive Criminal Minds fan, she's
Yeah.
amazing on there.
Well, good.
Yeah, and
solving mysteries.
Yeah, catching real world monsters on there. So
Could you do me a favor,
Yeah,
John?
yeah.
Stop talking about Paget Brewster and let's get back to this thing.
Never.
It's like you know her or something.
So yeah, I like them just going home, and Christina Ricci's like, "Hey, just let's just move on."
Well, she does do the like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, why not?" And she goes, "Because we just saw a woman torn apart by an animal."
And then it's sad because
And we were in a car accident, which I'm assuming is what killed our parents.
Unclear, by the way,
Yes.
because in fact, all we know about their dead parents is the sad photo she keeps. She looks at. That's the family photo she looks at sadly. And
yes, which has a solid silver frame that we find out later is.
Oh yeah, isn't that?
That is, I will say that is probably the stupidest scene in this movie to me.
Agreed.
Because she's like so they start, Jesse Eisenberg starts developing his Spider-Man / werewolf powers.
Yeah,
he wakes up naked in the lawn the next morning.
If you thought
he also literally that night is looking up wolves and then werewolves.
He has
and
a
then
floor. One of our favorite things, Brendan, a floor full of fake comic books.
Oh man, I hate a fake comic book in these movies.
When he's
because
reading
they never look like a real comic.
When he's reading through it, and you're like, "There's not even like panels in here.
There's
what
no
is
panels,
this?
And it's all full bleed to the edge of the page. These like splash
They
pages.
don't do that.
No, they don't.
Well, sometimes they do, but
Well,
the fact that
but not on every fucking page.
not on every fucking page. And then also
the paper doesn't
cover,
look right. Yeah, none of it looks right.
Now, if this is an indie comic, granted, but the back cover of this comic is just like another piece of art, and I'm like, no, you get ads or some shit on the back of it.
Put a Miramax movie poster back.
They've never ever seen a comic.
No, I mean we've talked about when we were doing the '90s. Most of the way I knew those horror movies were because they had posters on the back of the comics I was reading as a kid. We talked about. I remember seeing the Pet Cemetery 2 poster all the goddamn time.
Yep.
And I was like, "Yep, I think I'm good." Haven't watched the Pet Cemetery prequel yet, but that is out as of the recording of this now.
The reviews not so good.
Well, I'll still watch it. It's got Duchovny in it.
I know, and I love it. Duchovny.
I have to watch because it has Duchovny.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry. Now, is he a handsome fellow, Brendan?
He is a very handsome fella, but unconventionally. That big old schnoz. But it's just an unconventional attractive.
But there's a whole episode of the X-Files where a bunch of carnies just go out of their way to talk about how conventionally handsome David Duchovny is.
Yep.
But he's not. He's not conventional. A Gregory Peck, a Cary Grant. These are traditionally, but a Humphrey Bogart, not a conventionally handsome.
Well, that was sort of Bogart's whole
I'm not
appeal.
sure if Gregory Peck is conventionally handsome.
What?
I'm not saying he is not handsome, but I don't think he falls into the category of conventionally handsome.
His grandson who plays Spock certainly is.
What? That's Gregory Peck's grandson?
Ethan Peck, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was like, Zachary Levi?
No, not Zachary Levi. Ethan Peck, who plays him on Strange New Worlds, is Gregory Peck's grandson and is
didn't know that, and
very
you just blew
handsome.
my mind.
He's Hot Spock, as the internet loves
Hot
to
Spock.
talk. Hot Spock.
Yeah,
Hot Spock.
He takes his shirt off more
keep
than
the show going without me for a couple.
He does frequently have his shirt off, and I don't remember Nimoy having those abs.
No, he never did.
So anyway, he's upstairs doing his research on wolves, and then of course, we have to get a scene where Christina Ricci comes down in the dark in her nightgown to hear mysterious things, and then for reasons I don't understand why they have a red riding clock where a wolf pops out of it to do a jump scare.
Well, it's a dream. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. Where
Dream sequence.
But another thing that goes on one of the things that I'm kind of against dream sequences in general. You have to really make a case to me for a dream sequence.
Have to make a case,
but
there has
also
to be a real
to
reason.
have like a full 5 to 6 minute scene that ends up being a dream sequence. Nah, I don't like that at all. And also, why? Why for this dream sequence? Because yes, she goes around. There's a couple fake out jump scares, and then Josh Jackson's there.
This is another kind of like you can see maybe this was in Williamson, or at least it's a Williamson type thing where all these references. It's just this is a reference to American Werewolf in London, where it's like, oh right, being a werewolf causes you to have these hyper surrealistic, violent dreams all the time.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, that's.
Oh, by the way,
they're ticking off every box. Can I
infinitely
say,
better dream sequences in American Werewolf in London. Number
of
one,
course,
part of the language of the story, and two, really creative because there is a werewolf Nazi in one of them. That's really cool.
Because David's Jewish, and so some of his worst nightmares would be that.
Are you talking about they actually get into the subconscious fears of the main character and have those expressions? Crazy. It's almost like that's
we glossed
a masterpiece.
I want to lay out the one shot in this movie. I was like, "That's awesome."
Oh yeah,
there
are a couple.
There is a shot from Mulholland Drive up in the hills where they do the typical. There's the lights of L.A. and it's forming a pentagram. And I was like, "Oh, that's nice," because it's subtle. They didn't really like go ha ha, but I was like, "Oh no, those lights don't do that. They have actually made." And I was like, that's nice.
There's a couple moments
and that was it.
I think there's a couple moments where you're like, oh yeah, Craven knows what he's doing, like, because of course he does.
Sure.
I think this is not an example of Craven being bad, but this is Craven going like, I don't know what this is, and I don't, it's just and that's what the editor was saying. He goes,
a better Craven movie, even the horror sequences in this would move a lot better. Again, it's like the thing which we'll get to with the parking garage, the elevator. There's some genuine, like, that's creepy, but at the same time, it just goes on too long. We like, okay, she's hiding now. She's taking her shoes off.
That's the kind of stuff.
Realistically, she's not making any noise. I'm sorry, a werewolf pops out of you anywhere, you're screaming your fucking head off.
2005 also indicated when she grabs onto the side of a Hummer. It's like, an action sequence that involves a Hummer is very much. The 2005. We're in peak CSI Miami era when David Caruso's cruising around in one of those. So anyway, what do we think of since we're starting to see that? What do we think of the werewolf design in this movie? Because this is another thing where it's credited to Rick Baker, but they say in the documentary, well, Rick Baker worked on the first version of the movie. So what you're actually seeing in the movie is other people basing it off of Rick Baker's initial design, but most of the werewolf footage we have in this is not actually made by Rick Baker.
I think all the close-ups are practicals. Well, most of them are.
And I think those are pretty good.
They're pretty good. I think that what they probably wanted, and I love a practical, and Rick Baker's a genius.
Yeah.
But from what I could tell, these were bulky werewolves, and it was probably them going, audiences today want to see this thing move really fast, and that's something you can't do in a practical, which means you have to shoot it really strategically, like in Dog Soldiers or something like that, where it's like, dude, it's what you don't show, and you believe that thing is moving at a lightning pace, but really it's not. And this thing, the CG isn't there yet, so that looks
and that was where, once again, they've reshot so much of it that they had to ditch a lot of the practical stuff they had shot in favor of wonkier. Because I do think the moments when it's practical, I'm like, this is a pretty good looking werewolf.
I mean, he's got the snout, but we
love a snouted werewolf on this show.
And no offense to the great Jack Pierce and the Wolfman. That's a great makeup. But, here we get a lady werewolf flipping us off. So
what more could you want?
I did not.
I don't think much.
The end.
I didn't have time to watch this, but there is a special effects scene specific commentary with Greg Nicotero, who I've talked extensively about on the show, how much I love. And I would be curious to hear what he has to say about this stuff. I don't know exactly what level involvement he had in this, but at least he could maybe shed some light. And I'm enough of a nerd that I want to hear Greg Nicotero talk and make up shit. I mean, once again,
says it all
on this show. That's not a weird statement.
No.
Yeah, I've talked before about. I wish they had used more of the K&B effects crew, of course. But it does feel like at a certain point they're like, we gotta get this done, and we're changing this so fast. We got to go to CG. And yeah, the CG's not there yet. It's a couple of the shots look okay, but it's another thing where once again, any kind of long shot, the more you're going like, oh, that's a PS2 character.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
and
unfortunate.
It's not the worst from this time period I've seen, but it's still not great.
No, because
No.
there are resources involved. I think this is not a matter of budget as much as it's a matter of time, and they keep changing stuff. So it's like I think they had the resources to make it good, but because they can't land on something, they keep fucking it up. Also, I should mention that you guys know the actor Derek Mears.
Yes.
Yeah, really good monster actor. Does a lot of monster work.
Jason played Jason a couple of times, a few times.
A couple times. Also played Swamp Thing on the criminally canceled streaming Swamp Thing show. Criminally still upset about this, folks.
You're going to be okay.
I'm going to be okay because
right.
James Mangold's giving me a Swamp Thing movie soon, so
There you go.
But
Mangold's got you covered.
He played the main Predator in Predators. He does a lot of the stuff. Anyway, he did all the werewolf acting in this, and there is an interview with him on the thing that was very similar. He goes, they just kept going like, yeah, we need you to come back. We need you. Now we're going to put you in this werewolf outfit.
We're going to have to zoom through a lot of this plot simply because we've talked a lot about various things. But here's one thing: the cardinal sin of a werewolf movie that they do. And John, you've heard me say this a million times.
Oh, we've talked about a few werewolf movies on this show, believe it or not.
We have.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I can't stand. I don't care how fast you can turn into a werewolf. It's fine if you want to do the painful American Werewolf in London takes several minutes. Or if it's kind of like fangs, snout, fur. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
But
we liked the werewolf changing effect actually in Van Helsing last week where he's ripping the skin off. That was cool.
Yeah, it was an interesting new take. But
that's as far as he'll go.
All right.
That's as far as he'll go.
I'll take it.
But you have to acknowledge clothes. You have to acknowledge
this is a very omnipresent Brendan Jones complaint.
Like either they know they're changing and they take their clothes off to change, or they change in the clothes and the clothes are going to get ripped up or something like that. And then when they change back, they've got ripped up clothes.
Yeah.
This movie has, because they keep trying to fool you as to who's the werewolf. You're like, okay, so Judy Greer went somewhere off to the side, took her dress off, turned into a werewolf, killed some people, came back, put her dress back on, and then later kind of turns into somewhere in between with the dress on, and then takes the dress off. You're like, what the damn it? None of that works. And of course, Joshua Jackson in this movie, we find out essentially had been a werewolf and then comes back in seconds later fully dressed. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
I will say,
I always bring this up. It is like the 1980s Incredible Hulk cartoon in which he would turn into the Hulk and you'd see the shirt rip off. He's like, he's got the ripped up purple pants. And then when he turned back, his shirt was back on. I hate that nonsense. Acknowledge clothes. They're on, they're off, they're torn, they're not.
You know what's weird?
It's weird though because they do though. But not consistently.
Because when Eisenberg wakes up naked outside.
Sure. Okay.
And specifically Judy Greer in Tinsel, she's just wearing a robe until she starts transforming.
That's
and when
true.
then they kill her and she transforms back, she's butt naked.
That's right. When the police find
in
her
that scene, but she had been the werewolf up in the ceiling that grabbed and pulled people. She was killing people, and then she's in that blue dress, and then she takes it off.
No, it's a robe. It's not a dress. It's it is literally like a silk robe.
Okay, well, it looked like a wraparound dress to me, but regardless.
Listen, I've seen. I know enough about Diane von Furstenberg, who invented the famous wrap dress. Those are very easy to get in and out of.
Okay.
I definitely see Elliott's expertise on that more than because I don't know the fuck.
Well, yeah, no, I wouldn't know. But okay,
Everybody
if
in a wrap
that's
dress, that's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think they really acknowledged
I don't think they acknowledged it consistently enough.
Okay.
But I am not.
Just Joshua Jackson's in a
can't.
shirt,
Yeah,
pants,
like
and a jacket, and he had been a werewolf a second before.
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
think
not
consistent.
And
consistently
the werewolves aren't
acknowledged.
wearing like torn pants or stuff. They are fully just naked werewolves with fur.
Yeah.
So that has to mean change back, then get back in your clothes.
Yeah. It's definitely not consistent. It's not consistent, and I think they could have done a better job.
Okay.
But but I do acknowledge also that like it's hard to do that when you're trying to have the whole werewolf thing be a mystery. I think if you are going to do that, like maybe throw in more red herrings, or maybe don't make it a mystery at all. Like that's the thing, right? Like if you're going to sacrifice one thing for another, then maybe make it a different thing.
I agree.
We so often hear that as you bring that up on the show that I think I've just become like immune to noticing it even at this point. I just assume, start from inconsistent. I'm not saying that's like good. I'm just saying like you always point that out more, Brendan, and that's totally valid. I just at this point have realized that they're just not gonna fucking. It doesn't matter.
It should not be.
I agree. It should not be. It's just like It's just like, well, this is consistently a problem in many of these movies. Not all of them. Some of them have. Actually, aforementioned American Werewolf in London does a very good job with it. But that's also, the best werewolf movie, at least in my opinion. So, I mean, it's tough to argue.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. I mean, it followed closely by The Howling. I do love The Howling as well. The original Howling.
The Howling is great.
The only Howling worth talking about. And Dog Soldiers, which we love. We love Dog Soldiers on this show.
Dog Soldiers is great.
Yeah. Those are the werewolf movies I say to watch. I don't know. I may be forgetting. And of course, I mean, The Wolfman is iconic, though, as we've talked about. There's a lot of it that doesn't work.
I think the best part is essentially, seeing a kind of romantic lead side to Lon Chaney Jr. that we'd never seen before.
Yeah, those scenes crackle.
They really crackle.
All right, so very Spider-Man-y is Jesse Eisenberg going like, wow, I feel better than ever. I feel great. This is amazing.
Too bad I'm a werewolf.
I'm eating meat. I'm putting salt on it. Great.
Yeah,
awesome.
The whole thing is he's got the
trying
raw
out
meat
for the wrestling team.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was jumping ahead.
Like I said,
he tries out for the wrestling. He doesn't try out for the wrestling team. He's just there to hit on the girl again.
Yeah.
And now that he's a werewolf,
and
he's got
love,
cool hair.
Something that I can't imagine happening is Milo Ventimiglia is the one who's like, "You think you're tough? Why don't you try it for wrestling right now?" And you're like, "That what? Who would? Why?"
Yeah.
Well, we find out later that maybe he just wants to bond with his new friend in a very homoerotic.
In fact, he's upset when the coach makes Eisenberg wrestle for all mankind. There, this guy's also on.
It's
this
hilarious
guy's also
that
on
the
my
coach.
Beloved Bosch.
Again, this guy would be so fired or sued.
Oh,
but I love the fact that he goes, Jimmy, you want to give it a go?
Yeah.
It's like, Coach, you know that guy, whether or not you know he's got wolf powers now, that guy has never done this before. You're just gonna send him in there with guys that do it.
Unlike the kids,
you want to wrestle these dudes?
Unlike the kids who are on the wrestling team and have signed waivers and gotten physicals and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he wrestles and Jesse Eisenberg gets wrecked and really injured, the school's getting sued. You're getting sued. You're fired for sure. But
absolutely. And then it's hilarious because he takes down For All Mankind, and then it's basically like anybody else, and then Milo's like, yeah, I'll take him, and it is just like the coach going like, anybody else want to fight Jimmy? It's like, dude.
Hey man, I don't think that's how
it's absurd.
I don't think that's how wrestling practice works, where it's like, all right, he pinned this guy, now you
in
try
my
to
high
pin
school
him.
That would have been like someone getting up on stage while you're rehearsing the musical, then breaking out into a song, and then the drama teacher going like, Anybody else want to get up there and try to duet with that guy?
Yeah, come on,
that guy's
man.
got some chops.
I
never thought that.
Well,
that
yeah, Peter
future
Pan's been
farmer of
recast.
America.
Try to beat this guy. Yeah, that's how it works. You just have one person sing, then another person come in, and if they're better, then they get the part, and that's how wrestling works. Yeah.
Like, damn.
But I do like that all the wrestlers are tiny guys.
They're all tiny.
That I appreciate, because it's like, all right.
Eisenberg, not too surprisingly, because he's a werewolf now, takes out both guys.
Yeah, but this is what I love too, and I see this in so many movies. The line between wrestling the sport and wrestling the entertainment factor,
like he literally does a move that I had seen someone do like the day before when I was watching AEW, and I'm like, that's
when he
does a pile driver. You don't do that in Greco-Roman.
No,
but like. This is true. You don't do that in Greco-Roman. But the part where he's like holding the other guy up and the other guy is I'm like, you need both people to be trying to do that.
Yeah, that's not
like
there's a reason.
That's a planned out move.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason professional wrestling does that stuff. Yes, it requires everyone to be on the page about choreography. Oh my god! But I've seen this in so many other things too, because actual wrestling kind of boring.
Yeah,
like on film, so they're always like, "Oh, just have them fucking do some like WWE shit."
Yeah, just like throwing each other.
By the way,
around.
this guy who plays the wrestling coach also plays one of the cops in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Two Craven movies for him. Shoshani Hall is his name.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. But he is the most stereotypical. Like, the only beat he gives of any concern is to Jesse Eisenberg, where he goes like, "You sure you want to do this?"
I know. He's just like,
okay.
All right, skinny guy who's never actually been in my class.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if you even go here.
This is also one of those things too that I've never seen you before in my life.
And by the way, this is the same high school from Buck. That was a behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, you can see that. This is definitely Sunnydale.
But
you can see Sarah Michelle Gellar in the background.
Yeah, she was actually.
I was looking for
in a Buffy the Vampire Slayer scene.
Yeah,
yes.
Hey man, she's
Oh my, Jesse Eisenberg went to school on a Hellmouth. So essentially, he's the high schooler, and this is that plot line. The other one is his sister, who seems to.
It almost feels like
they're too far
it almost
apart
feels
in
like
age,
they're
but she works for Craig Kilborn.
Yeah, that is a thing I was thinking too. Is like, they're really trying to make it seem like Christina Ricci's an adult, Jesse Eisenberg's a high schooler, but I'm going like, they must be pretty close in age.
I guess for the kind of job she does at Craig Kilborn, she could be 22. I mean, maybe they're 4 years apart or something.
The best thing though is the Joshua Jackson entering this situation though. Mm-hmm. It means that Christina Ricci has to be probably a little like maybe like 7 years older than her brother or something. So when Jesse Eisenberg goes to Tinsel to try to have like a heart, like a like man to man with Joshua Jackson, I'm sitting there like, I'm pretty sure that these two people are like less than 5 years, like real life are like not even remotely
older than the sister, so he should be even older. And so because he's a known rich guy, club owner guy, that even like all the people at Craig Kilborn are talking to Christina Ricci's character. He's not connected to the show at all, but they all know this guy. Like, you're dating that guy? It's amazing. And somehow the two women from the very beginning, Shannon Elizabeth and Maya, had apparently also been dating Joshua Jackson. We find out later that's all the time. By the way, I love that when we go to that PETA party later on where Scott Baio touches Christina Ricci and everything is fine. Everything's fine. But the whole thing is Maya, her friend, 2 days before, I guess, had gone off a cliff and also been torn apart by animals. She feels totally fine. There is absolutely no acknowledgement that the friend that she got
I wasn't sure if she knew the friend was dead or just like,
well, they did
like, my friend is missing.
That would be something she could react to. On the news, they did say the name of the person hasn't been released.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's their out.
You're like, I hope
But-
that if I disappear
But
for
why?
like 3 days and no emails have been replied
Yeah.
to or whatever, that you guys would at least be a little concerned and not be
Yeah.
like,
Huh.
oh, whatever, I'm going to a PETA party.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Brendan seems to be missing, but we really got to get to this party.
gotta get
You
to
know
this
what? He
party.
does this all the time.
Yeah, Brendan famous
and
from
I've
dropping
got-
out
I'm
from
much-
society.
I'm much too invested in trying to hook up with Joshua Jackson again.
Well, okay, actually, I mean, if that's the
that could
situation,
happen.
then
Yeah. Never mind, Brendan. I just
because at this party
gotta
where
have
there
our
are
priorities.
celebrities around and that's connected to the Craig Kilborn show, everyone, but they do also make a point of now that both Jesse and Christina have been bitten, they are more attractive to people. They're
Oh,
doing a subtle thing like
yes.
people are constantly that's why Scott Baio touches her. Apparently, it's just like I'm just
yeah, no, it's
drawn
not
to
because
you.
Scott Baio's a creeper.
No, not at all.
I did
Not
I
like
did
he,
I did think that. I did think, and I'm supposed to believe Scott Baio isn't like this in real life.
Not that he did anything untoward. A teenage, what's her name, that was
Nicole
on Charles in
Eggert?
Charge.
Nicole
Oh
Eggert.
yes, Nicole Eggert.
Yeah, she has some stories.
She
think
has some
there's-
stories
In fact, I think
about-
I've seen several women talk about the stories. Well,
Listen, he's found Jesus and Trump, and everything's gonna be just.
wait a
Yeah.
minute. Why do you need to separate those? He's found
Oh,
Trump
right.
Jesus.
He's found
he's found Jesus Trump.
Yeah, Donald Jesus Trump.
Yeah. I always love when Republicans go like, "We got celebrities, we got Baio," and you're like, "You can keep him."
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
love the way they have to have her. She's like not a talent coordinator. She's just like the behind the scenes person who's
she does the pre-interviews. She's whatever Janine
Right.
Garofalo was on
Yes.
Larry Sanders.
Right. Don't bring up Janine either. What
I know,
you're trying
another old friend of Brendan's, Janine Garofalo.
Don't be doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway, the whole thing. I love that in this movie, Christina Ricci has been paid to look at Scott Baio and say like, "I've been a fan of yours for so long." And I'm sitting there going,
And
like,
also,
this is the most unbelievable part of the plot.
I also
and it has
love where-
werewolves in
I
it.
also love when she goes, well, obviously we'll start by talking about Happy Days, then Charles in Charge. He goes, oh, that's original. I'm like, what the fuck else do we talk to about Bail? Zapped?
yeah.
Are we going to talk about the movie Zapped? You know, I mean,
Oh,
the joke
yeah.
I did like, though, I did think actually was a funny line, and I'm glad Bayo where she goes, well, I guess then we can segue to what you're doing now, and then beat, what are you doing now? I did think that was actually funny.
It's good.
Yeah, because it's just like,
What are you doing now?
also, I don't know if this has any, but I'm like, I just kept going like, why Bayo? I kind of like the randomness of it being Scott Baio, but then I thought, oh wait, no, there's no way this is actually the thinking. But they did put Henry Winkler in Scream, and so they had the Fonz and now Chachi in Wes
That's
Craven
funny.
Dimension films.
I just like the idea that Kilborn's lineup that night was what Carrot Top and Scott Baio. I was like, I'm
And
glad I
Kutcher-
missed that
Ashton-
episode of the Late
Ashton
Late Show.
Kutcher was his first.
Oh right, Ashton Kutcher.
I also
There
love, when Bayo goes, wait a minute, I'm going on third, and you're like, you're lucky to be going on at all. And in fact, he
Yeah.
is dumped instantly. And the Judy Greer being his agent is insane to me. Like,
Yeah.
that's the connection.
Is that it? Because she works for the show. I
No,
thought
she
was
works for
the
Scott.
one that
No,
actually
she works for
books the
Scott
talent.
Baio. No, she's Scott Baio's agent. That's
Yeah.
why she's got him at the party too, and that's why she's so upset when they bump him. She's there because she's with Baio. She's a talent agent and representing Baio.
I thought that she was the one that was booking all the acts on the show, but was like,
But then-
Scott's
Yeah,
doing
wow,
this
it's
there.
really it's so strange that there's some confusion around certain points of the plot in this movie. It's otherwise so good
Again,
at
here's the
keeping
thing.
stuff
This is a
straight.
movie that has a Judy Greer in it, and I love every frame of film or television that she's ever
She
shot because
improves
she is a
every
fucking treasure.
single thing.
And I love when she gets to be unhinged.
Oh God.
Oh,
yeah.
me too.
Oh, God,
and that
yeah.
that also goes for anything she's in where she's unhinged. Arrested Development.
what- that- I was gonna
as
say, this
Kitty,
is-
come on.
This is the
That's
same.
a
This is the
character for
exact
the
same
ages.
time she's doing that, and there's a lot of similar energy in this.
But again, it's a thing where you're like going, oh God, man, look at the talent in this movie, and this is what we
And
get.
what I like about it is with all the talent is you can feel everybody going, can I put this spin on? Like, you can feel everybody's, like, her talking about, I don't know what was happening with the script, is like, yeah, I can feel that. You can feel all these talented people, like, trying to make their way through these rewrites, and even in Craven's directing, and everybody's just going like, I think this was clearly where we were day to day, they're going like, okay, what's completely different than last week now?
I think literally every time they came in, they just handed them pages
Yeah.
and were like, look, I'm not even going to bother directing you because there's no way for you to tie all this together.
And even
There
Craven's
is
going
no
like, I
way.
don't fucking know, man. None of this.
Just have fun with it, you guys.
have fun.
That's just what it is at this point. We got to make our own fun here.
This
So
editor worked 19 months once again. The editor, 19 months. And he talked about they just kept doing new cut. He goes, we would do a cut, they'd test it. We'd do another cut, they'd test it. We'd do another cut.
The big plot basically revolves around who's the werewolf.
Yeah.
And we've got our two young leads.
Yeah.
They're undergoing early transformation stuff and being afraid.
Totally
Even
separate
Christina
films.
Ricci, who's like, I'm not a werewolf, is like realizing, oh, I'm a werewolf now, and having weird interactions in a bathroom with Kelly Hu. And I keep sitting there going like,
well, that's not Kelly Hu.
I thought that was Kelly Hu. Sorry, I don't mean to misname the actress.
Michelle Krusiek is that actress.
Oh, okay. She looks a lot like Kelly Hu. But anyway, a coworker who apparently she only ever encounters in the bathroom. Oh, because that coworker is not even like a plot point, but only when she's in the bathroom, and either the character has a bloody nose, which makes
that scene
Christina Ricci's
when Christina Ricci's like, what do I smell that's delicious?
Smell it. And then later on, by the way, also, this is my asking you guys as friends of mine.
Yeah.
If you see me go in the bathroom and we happen to be in there and I'm in a stall and I seem to be in some distress, leave. This person, I swear to God.
I would not open, like, I might not leave the bathroom, but I certainly wouldn't open the stall door.
The thing that you can understand is someone saying, out of concern, are you okay?
But you're also saying that, and you're also saying that as we are your friends. This is a coworker that seems to be an acquaintance at best.
Yeah, I know. And so it's like, are you all right in there? Yeah, please. I'm fine. Just I'm having a bad day.
That
should be the end of it.
Yeah.
But you have this coworker literally going over and then looking under the stall, pushing the door. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Christina Ricci wraps her fingers around and she's bending in the stall and blood is coming out of her hands.
Yeah,
and still the woman's
crimping a metal stall door
like,
as.
I better make sure you're okay.
And doing a werewolf eye thing. Get out.
The current, at my current job, I like my coworkers.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
If this happened, I would do a, hey, are you okay in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, please just go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
Come and find me if you want to, come and find me if you want to talk to me. I'll check in with you later.
Yep.
That's what a real person would do.
That's what
not a movie person like this movie person that's like, I'm going to keep pursuing it and actually invade your privacy.
You're talking about the unforgettable character of Nosebleed Coworker. That's literally what they don't even give her
good old Nosebleed Coworker.
They don't even give her a name.
I think that she refers to her by name in the movie.
She might, but
the credits just call her Nosebleed
The credits
Coworker.
don't even care.
Wow.
Yeah, I do want to talk just briefly, since we're talking about the Kilborn stuff, I do want to talk about my man Rosenbaum, who I love,
I love him too,
who is just here to kind of mark the passage of time. A lot of it is just sort of like he's the one who has to go like, wow, you seem so different. And the thing too about they suddenly have this animal attraction. It's like, am I supposed to believe that, or am I supposed to believe he's always had a crush on her?
That's confusing
that
too.
was the vibe I was getting.
But there was also kind of this
because she's talking about going out with Joshua Jackson. She just goes, there aren't any good guys left, and he's like, I don't know about that. Doesn't he have some line about?
There are also a lot of lingering looks. I think they keep trying to red herring, like maybe he's one of the werewolves.
Also,
because
it's like
he also talked about the two women who had the thing with Joshua Jackson's character, and he knows them too somehow.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, maybe he was the original werewolf and all this.
He does. He works some kind of job at the Kilborn show. We never actually see him doing his job. He is just here to talk to Christina Ricci. He pretty much
wear a wig.
And he's got a wig to end all wigs because he's got to get back to Vancouver to shoot Smallville with his shaved head.
Somebody save me! I'll always do that.
Yeah.
Anytime we bring up Smallville, I'll sing it.
Talked about my fandom for Smallville.
I can't understand it past like season 3.
Loved it. What maybe 4. Oh my God, it gets even better at that point. Once he goes to Metropolis, you get Lois involved. The Brainiac season when he assembles the makeshift Justice League, when he meets the Legion of Superheroes. We're done. It's great.
Bye everybody. Bye.
Does this have anything to do with them not reading your spec scripts, Brendan?
It does have a lot to do because they were good. My take on Legion of Superheroes was so much better than theirs. Is all I'm gonna say. All right. Anyway,
Rosenbaum. It really feels like all of his scenes were like, because it really does feel like they have the Jesse Eisenberg stuff that's already mostly filmed. They start adding on the Christina Ricci stuff, and then they need scenes with Rosenbaum and the scenes at the house with Eisenberg, and they go like, okay, that's how we'll start like stapling these together, right? Like these will be the scenes that segue us between stuff we've already shot. And so those are all the scenes where everybody's just going like, things seem to have changed.
Yes.
You seem different.
Pop singer Maya, she gets hers in the parking lot.
That's at that PETA party that we mentioned.
At the PETA party, after she's been turned down by Joshua Jackson, and she's all, fine.
Because that's
whatever.
Joshua Jackson comes to the PETA party to tell Christina Ricci, I'm a one-woman man now. I know I was a player in the past, but
I want to be with you.
I want to be with you. You're my person. And
he actually says, and this is where they got this from Anchorman, he goes, I want to be on you.
I don't want to wait for this full moon cycle to be over.
Yeah.
I want to be dogs with you right now.
He does kind of say that. That's basically what he's saying at the end of
it. Yeah.
And I will say though, but I was like, when we get to that later, and they're making it feel terrifying. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of Ricci and Jackson as a werewolf couple.
Well, again,
if he wasn't such a fucking scumbag.
Yeah. Well, that's the way they turn him. But that's the way they rewrite. Because it was like, there's a point where I was getting invested, even though it's dumb, where he says like, yeah, I started this, but here's the thing, I know how to live with it. I'm not the one who's doing all the killing.
Well, because you also get
and
that
I
scene,
can teach you how to live with this.
You get a similar scene where he tries to talk down Judy Greer, and it's like, you don't have to be a monster. And at that point, I'm going, hey, I like this take where it's like he's a werewolf, but he's not evil.
And then it becomes so generic. And then, I don't care.
And then Harvey Weinstein,
starting my own
Weinstein or whoever is going, I'm just going to put it on Weinstein because, hey, why not?
You know what?
Actually,
he deserves it.
Add that to his crimes. Throw that in there.
Bob is the one.
Bob is the genre. Bob is the genre guy. Bob was the dimension guy. Who I only know from Kevin Smith's impression of talking like this. Hello, I'm Bob Weinstein. You should have Jay and Silent Bob meet the monsters. He really wanted that. He really wanted Jay and Silent Bob to meet all the dimension monsters.
I hate everything.
I think that would have been funny.
I'm sure it probably would have been funny if they let Kevin
Elliott,
Smith write
God
it.
God bless you and your sweetheart.
Kevin Smith probably would have made that funny. But I don't know that it would have been good. But yeah. So anyway,
What's your favorite scary movie, Jay? Tell me.
I just I like clearly. Yeah, apparently they were just going like, "Oh, this is a sad ending, though. We shouldn't have sadness in this movie."
Boo!
Yeah, which we've talked about this before. The werewolf is one of the most inherently tragic monsters, right?
Yeah.
Like, often werewolf movies have these kind of dark, bleak endings because it's a real nightmare for the person. You're not choosing to be the monster,
right?
So,
you're losing your humanity.
Yeah,
unless you're James Spader Wolf who really enjoys turning into a werewolf.
He loved being a werewolf. Spader loved being a werewolf. That was
Spader is all
Spader
down
living his best
human
life.
flesh.
Yeah, Spader's living his best life. Oh God, when he's sniffing Michelle Pfeiffer, you've got to watch it. It's great. There's also a scene where Jack Nicholson pees on James Spader to mark his territory, which is
nice.
Yeah,
and that was off set. That was not
that just
on
happened.
camera.
Yeah, that just didn't.
Yeah, they just caught that on film.
There is a full moon at the PETA party, and she starts wolfing out. By the way, the amount of times I wrote wolfing out or wolf out in my notes is extensive. Because
yet by the end we don't really get werewolf on werewolf action. We get human werewolves doing stuff,
they
but
do
not really
they do
changing.
a thing that really does where they talk about, well, when you're an early werewolf, it kind of comes and goes in phases. It's not. Which I'm like, oh, that's good. That'll save money. That's nice.
Yep, that's exactly.
But she starts wolfing out because we see a full moon and she sees Joshua Jackson talking to other women. Which, okay, he just said, I want to make a commitment to you. Now he appears to just be talking to other women at the party that he may have had.
Who
involvement
gave
with
him permission?
I'm just saying.
You
like,
know other women.
that's the thing.
How dare you know other women?
He's not kissing them or touching them or anything. It's like, and he just gave a whole speech about how I used to be kind of an asshole, but now I really like you. I don't know. Sure, men are shitty, but like maybe give him a minute of the benefit of the doubt or something.
No. Not when you've got a wolf.
Also,
inside.
of course, it's that classic movie thing where she's getting pissed, and then when we actually hear the conversation with Maya, he's rejecting her. That drives me
like
insane.
the misunderstanding that could be easily solved.
Oh, that's such a classic.
No one has ever dealt with that in reality. No one has ever just been like, I'm sorry, I've already made up my mind about what that conversation was about.
Right.
And if they do, don't date
I don't
that
know, my
person.
parents have.
Okay, people's parents might have, yeah. But I was gonna say, if that person does it, you don't want to date that person. That person's all
No.
So
they're not reasonable.
Yeah. Let's see. Meanwhile, Eisenberg is discovering he's a werewolf. The pentagram, which we talked about. We also get our quick, because we love it. Any monster movie we have to have explains he's telling Christina Ricci about werewolves, and she goes, "Oh, what do you kill them with silver?" He's like, "No, silver just hurts them." You have to separate the brain from the heart. That's the big thing here.
Yeah, this is complete made-up nonsense.
I think
Whatever,
that's fine.
movie.
I think that's
you
fine.
do you.
Yeah, I mean, once again, you can make up anything. We've seen every permutation of mythology for these creatures, so do whatever you want.
This becomes a device a la The Thing, which is prove you're not a werewolf by holding the silver thing.
Yeah. Okay, that leads us to the scene where she proves she's not a werewolf by picking up the frame. Okay.
Stupid.
So,
like, she makes such a point of being like, I bought this frame for the picture of us with our dead parents from Tiffany's.
It is our beloved,
I bought this
tragic family
picks
photo.
It up. And later, Jesse Eisenberg just turns it over, and it says in huge letters, stainless steel. Like,
so
this is the dumbest.
That's the thing that I can't figure out. Does she not know that, or does she know that and she's just doesn't want to
fucking with it?
That's the thing that does, but like then that implies that some part of her knows she's a werewolf and doesn't want to be found out, or she's an idiot
she's in denial.
who got
she's
taken.
in werewolf denial.
But like right again, because I mean the rest of this movie has been so clear. Like right, it's because of the rewrites and reshoots. Like these moments don't have anything like. There's no basis for them.
No,
like there's nowhere for them to go.
Sense.
What I thought was gonna happen, and because we've seen this kind of thing before, she's gonna pick it up and go, "See, it's fine," and then he would leave, and then we would see that her hand was burned. I thought that was gonna happen, and she's hiding,
like a back shot
later that their hands smoke. So that would have been hard to discuss.
Well, we know that later.
Or like there's a back after she like holds it and proves. There's like a back shot because she's showing him the picture where like we see under her hand it says stainless steel. Right? It's like it's little things like that.
The fact that it's like a Sherlock Holmes clue later, and he's like, "Why, this is stainless steel." Because
this movie is almost so good. It's
because
very far away
when he picks up the silver serving, thing or whatever, that's when it's like, oh no.
The cake slicer. Yeah. That becomes the main weapon of werewolf
and of course
destruction.
they just happen to have a solid silver cake server. What?
That's what don't you?
I mean, we don't keep our silver. Like, listen, I've got some family heirloom silver. Yeah. It is not kept with the regular dishware.
What I love is it's the only silver thing in there, right? It's like just normal.
Yeah,
like,
but Elliot, if you were faced with a werewolf, you'd wish it had been kept. Well,
this is true. I'm not even actually sure where my parents keep it.
Yeah, no, same here.
Ask them when we're done, okay? Because I want you to be safe from werewolves.
I gotta be ready to melt this down into bullets, you guys.
Yeah.
I've got to be.
No, you don't need bullets in this. You just literally can shove a cake server through someone's chest.
No, you don't
Thanks,
need-
great Grammy Gertrude.
Well, that doesn't actually kill him. It's still because I do like that they just blow the brains out of Judy Greer, and they're like, that's good enough.
Yeah, I think that counts.
Yeah.
I honestly
I don't think
thought,
she's come back from this one.
because of the way they set that up, I kind of thought, because they do sort of this, like, we follow people out, but then we come back in, and that's when they show us naked Judy Greer. I got no problem with that either. But I was sitting there going like, wait, I thought they were going to set up like she's gone, because it would be a thing of like, no, you have to do a certain. No, it did the job.
Instead,
Totally dead.
What I want to see actually is
dead.
the police inquiry panel about this, where they go, all right, all you officers say you shot a wolf, but we found a dead naked lady on the ground. You gotta
with
explain
no
some
weapons.
shit. We don't have
So,
body
You
cameras.
shot a naked lady.
We don't
in the
have
head.
we don't have
Explain
body
this.
cameras yet, so we're really fucking confused. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and she was white, so you're gonna get in trouble
This
for
is
it.
big trouble. Okay. I did think it was interesting that before she died, though, she did turn to the cop and say goodbye to these.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
And then she went back to work for the Blum Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're not my supervisor.
yeah. God damn. Like I said, that's exactly at the same time she's giving just a masterclass comedic performance on that show. Michael Bluth is threatening me. All right.
Bluth. I said Blum because I'm drunk.
You did
Sorry,
say Blum, and
Bluth.
it's a horror movie show. We might be talking about we have.
I think that is where my brain.
when we have yet to the 2000s. We're in Dimension territory. When we get to the 2010s,
Yeah,
We're not
we have-
there yet.
we'll
We're
enter
not there
Blum.
We have yet to
Blumhouse
get to
territory.
the Bloomhouse era.
And that's more my jam. I like their stuff in general more. Not everything.
They're
'cause-
trying.
Yeah.
And don't forget Hammer's back.
Oh, believe me, I'm aware
I
Hammer's
watched
back.
that trailer. I was like, I don't know what to think, but I'm happy
excited.
Hammer's back.
I'm excited. I'm
I mean, I'm gonna see it.
yeah. Well, I think we'll probably do an in theaters review of that. Anyway, let's talk about the dog becoming a werewolf. Poor Zipper, because he bit Jesse Eisenberg, he got infected, which that's a new thing. I guess to be fair, I don't know.
And bad, just a dumb idea, stupid.
I don't know
but
why
they
any
were
of
like,
this
yeah,
was
we gotta have a
necessary.
werewolf dog.
This really did feel like we just need like another scare moment. It feels like there hasn't
Yeah.
been anything
Yeah.
scary in a while. Can we have a dog werewolf?
So
'Cause
basically,
nothing comes of it.
Milo shows up to apologize and basically come out
Like
to
I said,
Jesse Eisenberg's
this is the
character.
jump. This is the jump that gets me, though, is he comes out as gay. Jesse Eisenberg is clearly not gay. He was saying that to like mock him, but also he was saying that to mock him when he was hitting on a woman. I can understand the like, I'm gay and I want to come out to you. What I don't understand is now we'll be
I
together.
assume there's a relationship thing here. Yes,
I thought that was a
Which,
weird
like, that
choice.
doesn't happen.
No,
no.
that's really bizarre. It's like, oh wait, you really thought you were actually like discriminating against him? You were actually prejudiced against him because he was gay? What has led you to think he's gay?
Yeah,
That's I want to dig further into Milo Ventimiglia.
I think
psychology
that
if we
Milo's
could.
character was also making big assumptions, like,
Yeah.
quiet, nerdy kid
Yeah.
who doesn't seem to have any kind of romantic ties, and he's very interior.
Maybe
I bet that's
maybe
another
that-
gay
maybe-
kid.
Maybe because he's wrestling with his own sexuality, he assumes everyone
Wrestling,
else is.
literally.
Yeah.
He's. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. He's literally wrestling with his
He's
own
literally.
sexuality.
Really wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
And also although the thing that does happen sometimes is like, although this happens more with like people who are straight, it's like attractive people who see people that maybe they think are not as attractive. It's like, oh well, if you're gay, you're clearly into me because I'm super hot.
I know. I love that whenever
This happens to me a lot, and you just learn how to accept people's feelings
That
with
thing-
grace.
That's always the thing that gets me when you hear people, homophobes and stuff like that, who are always like, "Well, they're gonna try to come on to me." It's like, why?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you
You?
as a
It's
heterosexual
giving
man?
to Lulu, honey.
But, but it's always that thing where it's like, are you as a heterosexual man just going after every single woman? I mean, maybe, but like,
I've had a couple of friends who.
well, I know they do exist, but it's just this idea
Yeah.
about like, if you're just reversing that, it's just like, once you're gay, it's like, oh, I'll just take anything.
Yeah, I know
Like-
that.
Now,
ugh.
now that I'm out as gay, I'm rabid.
Well, no, that does happen.
Well, there are those people. Look, there are anecdotal stories about all
Lock
kinds of
up
stuff.
your sons.
I'm on the Well, I will say though, Milo Ventimiglia on the gay scene in 2005, he's gonna do all right.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna do just fine.
He's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be just
Even if
fine.
Jimmy has turned him down,
Yeah.
don't worry, Milo.
Yeah.
You're
Don't
gonna
worry
do
about
just
it.
fine.
I
This
do
is
kind of
LA.
wish-
You'll be fine.
Even if they didn't get together, I kind of would have liked maybe a little something for Milo in here. At least get him out to he's in LA too. Get him out to a club or something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
Tinsel.
But no,
Hey,
the only club that we're going to is Tinsel.
Tinsel.
All
but,
he had to do was
But
listen for
who's
the
there?
oomph, oomph,
Lance
oomph.
Bass. Maybe that could have been something.
That could have
That's a
been
high
something,
schooler.
except for this is pre
Yeah,
him coming
well,
out because
I'm
Lance
sorry.
Bass has a lady friend that he gets out of.
I'm trying to remember
Oh,
when he
that's
came out.
right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
I clocked that. I was like,
Oh,
we're
did he
not
have a woman
quite
as
there yet?
I just love the idea of he's only here so they can go, there's Lance Bass.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
it.
Because the whole climax of the movie happens. What I do love though is after Milo comes out and Eisenberg's like, "Hey man, I think that's great. I'm not gay, but
Also, there are werewolves. I like the
Yeah.
fact that,
But I love that then Milo
Jimmy's
Ventimiglia-
pretty up in front talking about werewolves with anybody. Like,
Oh,
he'll just
yeah.
say,
Anyone and
oh no,
everyone."
there's werewolves.
yeah." But what I like is I did not expect then for Milo Ventimiglia to just become his sidekick for the rest of the movie.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Exactly.
It's a
I
weird-
was. It was. That was
bit.
part of the thing. I was so pleasantly surprised.
He sees that werewolf dog and goes, "Got it, werewolves. Let's figure this out. I will drive you to LA. You can use my cell phone. We're gonna crack this case, buddy." And I'm like,
It does kind
this
of
is
become
great.
a two-hander.
I love that. Once again, all their stuff is
And
great.
again, Christina Ricci, the main character, is so sidelined, and her only stuff
it's
is
so
this
interesting. She
this
is,
romance back and forth kind of thing with
Yeah.
Joshua Jackson. That's the whole
and
character arc.
as charming as both of them are as actors. It's not.
No, there's nothing for them to work with.
No. So let's get to Tinsel. It's the opening of Tinsel, you guys.
Which we find out is not just horror themed.
But yeah,
What?
once again, because originally it was a horror themed wax museum, and then they changed that.
Oh, thank God we've got a diva room
And a hall of mirrors so we can do some.
and a hall of mirrors. How big is Tinsel? God damn.
Tinsel
Right?
seems
Like-
gigantic.
It's ridiculous.
Tinsel is the Hollywood Strip now.
I would say
That's
I would
true.
go to Tinsel exactly once just to see all the stuff, and then I'd be out of there.
Well,
I'd
we'd be a
No,
problem.
you'd never be able to leave. Can't get out of there.
That's
That's the
right.
thing,
Well,
I'm
I'll
huge.
probably be
It's like
killed
go-
by a werewolf.
Tinsel is the IKEA of nightclubs, where you're like, I don't know where I am, or you gotta just keep moving forward to get out.
I just need a
Yeah.
couch. I just need a couch.
But that's the other thing too, is like it's a weird idea of a club because you're gonna have people like us going like, can we turn down the music? I'm trying to look at the cane from Werewolf Man.
Yeah.
Like, is it a spot for Hollywood like knickknacks and memorabilia?
Yeah, it's like if you're putting this stuff up, people are going to want to look at it and
That's where-
in better lighting.
Yeah,
than this.
because that's where a Planet Hollywood makes sense. People are sitting down, having dinner, going, "Oh, look, it's that thing, it's this thing." That's if people are dancing. Most of the time, you want those clubs kind of dark. Who cares?
Yep. Who cares what's
Yeah,
on the
it's like-
fucking wall?
Yeah, it's just very strange.
It's a very strange idea for a club, but apparently it's big enough to get Lance back. Do you think they just went down the NSYNC like? Who
Oh,
can we
I'm
get?
sure. Or they
Timberlake
were just
said
going down a list
no.
of.
And
Yeah.
Lance Bass isn't the bottom. We should say, it's not Fatone.
Oh
right?
yeah, no.
No. Fatone. That's right.
Yeah.
You mean
Sorry, Joseph, but
Like, thank God Lance called us.
You're on a
back,
formal
'cause we
enough
would've been
basis with him,
stuck
Elliott. You call him
Fatone.
Joseph
Joseph.
Fatone. Yeah.
listen, I don't know him that well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
In fact, the fact that I didn't call him Mr. Fatone just shows how far our friendship has come.
Mr. Fatone of My Big Fat Greek Wedding. People forget, of course, he was in that.
That's true.
Sure, and probably is in this new one that's coming out.
Oh, I think Fatone is always calling about another Big
Yeah.
Fat Greek Wedding.
Are you guys?
Well,
it's
actually-
it's really my only in.
I don't know.
now.
If you guys, I don't know how much you guys keep up with this. I don't, but somehow still, NSYNC is back together. You guys, they're
Oh.
reuniting and they're going back on tour. Yeah, they're back.
All of them?
Huh?
All
Even
of them?
JT?
All of them. JT's back. Yeah, the whole
Are
band.
you kidding me?
They are back together, you guys. It's
I
back.
could
What
not
is
care
going
less.
on
That's
with
what's so
JT's
amazing.
life that
I-
he is signed on to an NSYNC revival?
Something tells me the marriage can't be going well.
Oh,
I got to get away from my wife.
Yeah, I have to get away from Jessica Biel.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've talked about. We did Blade Trinity. I was not very kind to that woman.
Well, because she's not great in it, and it's not a character that's any good. So I get that, but she has done better things.
You keep saying that, and I
liked her in Candy. Candy was good.
I know. I don't think she's a good actress. All right. So basically,
she would change your mind. She would change your mind.
Basically, now it's just everybody running around in different interactions.
Yes.
Yeah, Joshua Jackson reveals in a hall of mirrors that he's a werewolf in voiceover. Because Christina Ricci's like, where are you in this hall of mirrors? He goes, all right, don't freak out. I am a werewolf, but I'm a good one.
This is almost like a Scooby-Doo episode where they're doing sort of the classic people in a hallway and running in from one door.
It is.
This entire sequence is different hallways and hall of mirrors.
You just have to turn the wackiness up like one notch and you'd be in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and change the music.
Change the music, and because you do get the fake out of Rosenbaum being a werewolf, but then of course he's just grabbed by a werewolf. By the way, the other thing is I listened to Rosenbaum's podcast. He is the biggest horror nerd, so I'm sure he was just jazzed to be in this thing. He is a massive. If you watch,
he didn't get to be made up. He didn't get to be.
No, he
werewolf.
just gets blood on him. He's also in Urban Legends, is the other one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
No, he is. If you watch it, where his podcast is, it's all horror movie posters and stuff around him.
Nice.
I am, of course, super jealous that he has a signed Gary Oldman, Bram Stoker's Dracula poster.
I'm also jealous that the man has played Lex Luthor and the Flash. So right away.
And I'm sure because he's best buds with James Gunn, he's gonna end up being another DC character.
Oh,
I have no doubt.
That's the kind of noise it makes me make.
Yeah. But and he's fine if you tell him, because I don't know why, but he says people always go, Gene Hackman was better though, and he's like, that's fine, I agree. Like, I don't know what.
I'm not gonna fight you on Gene Hackman being a genius
but
actor.
I can't imagine waiting in line at a convention, getting up to a table, and going, Gene Hackman was better than you.
Right?
Oh,
that's fine.
What is that impulse?
But still,
I don't.
Still, here's my $50 for you to autograph this Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna turn down the fucking money.
Yeah, dude. That's anyway. So yes, Judy Greer is revealed to be a werewolf who is a jilted
Just
ex-lover
loves the murder
of Joshua.
I love that for her.
I do love that for her. Yeah.
So Joshua Jackson,
they had
actually, I'll say this: Joshua
was,
Jackson's penis is what ties all of these plot threads together.
This is
true.
This is new. I think. I mean, I guess it's making what's always kind of been the spreading of the werewolfism literal, as actually making it like a sexually transmitted thing here. Though
with her,
with just her though.
Yeah, right. That's strange. It's like did he like get a little too like wild and like bite her or scratch her while they were having sex?
Well, because it turns out there is such thing as maybe it was just raw dogging. Yay! But there's
you're now the Jason of the show.
Thank you. I'm the Jason of our group. But here's the thing. What is I've actually forgotten, having watched this last night.
Yeah.
Was Joshua Jackson, or was it Judy Greer who killed the ladies at the lady at the beginning?
It was Judy Greer.
That actually No, it would have to have been Joshua Jackson.
It would have to have been Joshua Jackson.
Right, because he infected them. Yes.
Killing Judy Greer does not unwerewolf them.
Right, that's right. So Joshua Jackson, who the whole time is like, I've learned to live with it.
Because he's evil.
Yeah, that's right. He's
that according to this version,
evil. Yes. That. So, but Judy Greer was the one in the parking garage who killed Maya, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So they both took out one of the two people.
Well, but the problem with that is it should be Judy Greer who killed Shannon Elizabeth, but I agree with you. It can't be. But
Yes.
because the whole thing is she's killing other people Joshua Jackson's been involved with. Because really,
Yes.
and I kind of like this idea on paper, is she's a stalker ex-girlfriend who's a werewolf.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a fun idea for a movie.
Yes, but they fucked it up.
Well, but the the
Yeah.
problem is it's one of 6 movies happening at the same time in this movie.
Exactly.
Right.
That idea, I would love it if if Joshua Jackson was the main character and he's like, why does every girl I date get ripped apart by a werewolf?
Yeah.
Now that would be a movie.
Fucking
Now
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
fucking Blithe
Would be a
Spirit, but with werewolves.
Oh, I like the way you're. That's a great elevator pitch. Play Spirit with werewolves.
With werewolves.
Yeah,
I'm buying that movie.
yeah.
Although they sort of did make that technically. They did make My Super Ex-Girlfriend.
I was gonna say
I
that's
almost,
actually
I almost brought
which-
up My Super
which is
Ex-Girlfriend.
also a great idea. That movie's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
good, but I remember
great idea.
seeing the trailer for that and going, "What a cool idea!" And another really talented cast and a great director.
Yeah.
That was Ivan Reitman film. It just didn't
Nah.
work.
Didn't quite make it.
Oh man, that should be good. That's aimed right at us. But all right.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, they all. I don't know. They run off the. I do. Okay. So when the cops end up shooting Judy Greer, I do like something you don't see in horror movies, which I do enjoy here. When they shoot her, she's down on the ground and she pops back up, and they just shoot her again and kill her. That I
Yeah.
kind of like. That
Yeah.
feels like a Kevin Williamson postmodern thing. Once again.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say that I don't have a script where that happens. So, but I'd be lying if I. Brendan, you've read that script.
Yeah. The idea of the immortal slasher popping back up, but they're ready
And
just
they
shoot 'em
they
back
literally
down.
just never take their guns off of him because they're just like he's
Yeah.
gonna 3, 2, 1, yeah, boom. Okay.
3, 2, 1. He's
Yeah.
back up,
Yeah.
and then he's down again.
So it's like they end up they do I do like that they use the head of the cane from the Wolfman
Sure.
when Christina Ricci jams it into Judy Greer's mouth.
In her mouth. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a good effect.
Sure.
I like that. Once again, in the unrated cut, you actually this is one of those weird things between R-rated and PG-13. In the PG-13 version, you still see like her brain matter on the floor.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
just in the R-rated cut, you see it seep out of her. Like the bullet hits and then the brain starts flowing out.
Interesting.
And I'm just
Damn.
going like that's more extreme in some way. The effect is still the same. There's still a pool of blood and brain.
Yeah.
I'm always fascinated by weird MPA shit like that.
Yeah. Where they draw a line.
One of
Yeah.
the biggest things, the and this is my brief tangent about the MPA, which I'm always about to talk about because I think they're a fucked up organization.
Yeah.
Once again, not a hot take there, but
that is a very mild take. I'm taking off my oven mitt.
the commentary on the fourth Die Hard, Len Wiseman talks about having to shooting an R-rated movie and then having to cut a PG-13 version of it, which was stupid. But literally, the volume of guns had to be reduced to get a PG-13, which is very weird. And literally, they told him to take out just scenes of bullets hitting the wall because they said that just that penetration is violent.
Wow.
Just a bullet hitting plaster is considered violent to the MPAA. And I'm like, wow, that's truly insane. Truly, truly insane. Just like Jem. It's truly outrageous. Truly, truly outrageous. Yeah,
Okay.
I just sorry. That's the kind of shit you're dealing with though when you're dealing in these like suddenly we're making a because when you make the R-rated movie, it's one thing if you're shooting a movie for PG-13, but when you make the R-rated movie and then you're cutting it to PG-13, it's always going to feel weird. This movie has so many things weird about it, of course, because they were changing stuff, but there's also just weird stuff like that where you're like, why didn't they? And we'll talk later about much more graphic decapitation of Joshua Jackson in the R-rated cut, which is out
goes
there.
choppy chop.
Yeah, which it is out there. Like I said, it's on the. I watched the PG-13 version because I wanted to.
Yeah, I
guess
did as
how
well.
likely I am to watch this a second time.
It's not a different movie.
Probably
It's
not
mainly just
very.
a more graphic movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I did think because I had forgotten a lot of this ending So like I'm going like, well, there's still like 20 minutes left in the movie when they go home.
It feels like they've wrapped up.
Yeah.
And then there's all this extended, now we're going back home and we're talking about
feels like a
stuff.
hat on a
Again, it goes on way too long before Joshua Jackson gets there.
Yeah, because you get this whole business where the power's out and you got Jesse Eisenberg down in the basement messing with fuses.
Stupid.
What is any of... And this movie is still only like 95 minutes. It's not like it's a long movie. There's just... We've talked about this before, of course.
The pacing is...
Yeah, I feel like a lesson we are always learning on this show is like, just because a movie's short doesn't mean it's not horribly paced.
That's right. And again, I think this is literally, some of the stuff was, okay, in order to make this movie make sense story-wise as much as we can, we know this is bad. I think they know this is bad pacing, but they're like, we've trimmed away so much stuff. We can't shoot anymore. So all the stuff from the basement with him fixing the fuse, going in.
Yep.
It's all going in. Because otherwise we're going to have a 68-minute movie and we can't do that.
That speaks to what this sounds like, this nightmare of an editing process, where they're like, they don't like that. If they don't like those scenes, well, something has to fill the runtime.
Yes, and so I feel for this editor.
Yeah.
This is been a nightmare job.
I want to say that this, what's the editor's name
Patrick
again?
Lussier.
Patrick Lussier. I think that all things considered, he did the best he fucking could.
He did the best he could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're damning with faint praise.
He's
like,
a
buddy, good on
really
you.
well-respected editor. He does a lot of stuff. The less said about the fact that he directed Dracula 2000, the better, probably.
We need to move way past that.
We've talked about his work before. As an editor, though, really good editor.
No, as an editor, because we've gone through some of his credits, there's some good stuff in there.
He was Craven's main editor. He did New Nightmare and all the Scream movies, and
just don't let him direct ever again. Ever.
You didn't love his remake of My Bloody Valentine from 2009? Also him?
Oh shit, that was him.
That was him. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I will say My Bloody Valentine is no classic, so that's a movie that could be remade.
Yes.
But I remember the remake being garbage.
Weirdly, he edited some of the Mighty Ducks movies with Joshua Jackson.
So he's well familiar with the clunification.
But his great his interview on the Blu-ray is great, because he's totally going like and he also apparently Craven kept going, oh, it's Vampire in Brooklyn all over again.
Yeah, Craven actually, that was one of the things when they first approached him. He said, "This is too close in tone to a movie I've already done."
And he goes,
and they're like,
because that movie really pissed him off too. He does not, and we know that because that was him fighting with Eddie Murphy on stuff.
Yep.
When Wes Craven is the one telling Eddie Murphy he should be funnier in the horror movie, that's trouble. That where Wes Craven goes, don't you think your fans want to hear you do jokes?
Wow.
No. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Yes, it takes forever, but Joshua Jackson does eventually show up at the house.
And then it takes forever to kill him.
And then it takes forever. Well, because first he's doing... Once again, I can't understand the jump. Like we said, the jump to evil, but... because his first jump is, hey, you're a werewolf too, but that could really work for us. We could be a great werewolf couple. And like I said, at first I'm going like, I think you could. I think I would watch... In fact, I want to watch that movie.
But he's doing his acting best, because even he realizes
he is trying
what
so
his
hard.
character had said before. So now he's coming in like, I'm presenting it as if, okay, let's roll with this.
Yeah.
And I'm still being sympathetic-ish, but you're seeing something in his eyes like, oh, he's gone round the bend.
Yeah.
And then he just gets gradually more stereotypically
like, oh no,
villain.
I had these rose-tinted glasses on, so I couldn't see this man as a walking red flag.
Yeah, he is a red flag. He likes to eat people. He's a werewolf.
And the thing about it, too, that I don't understand then is she goes, what about my brother? And he's like, oh, I gotta fucking kill him. You're like, wait, what?
Oh,
what?
yeah,
what?
no.
What? I don't understand that. It's like, I want to be with you, but I am gonna have to kill your brother.
Well, he's got to be the alpha.
He's got to be the alpha. And then you get
how it works.
You get bad CGI of Jesse Eisenberg lifting up his shirt, and it's turning into a wolf body.
Oh, they both brother and sister get bad makeup moments. You get God, I'm starting to change.
The classic bubbling neck and vertebrae on
the
Christina
spine.
Ricci.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they all fight him. I do. Talk about Eisenberg going full Spider-Man when he starts skittering
He's
across
crawling
the
on
ceiling.
When you were talking about that last week, Brandon, with fucking Belkin, I was like,
yeah,
oh
when he was
man,
going up
just wait.
Yeah, you think that's a werewolf crawling up a ceiling? Yeah, Curse said, "Hold my beer."
I got news for you.
Yeah, this thing is crazy. Yeah. And so the final Joshua Jackson starts choking Christina Ricci because we're back in a Universal movie.
She said, "I'm not gonna do it."
We're back in a Universal movie though, where werewolf's big move is strangulation, which is always a weird move. But Eisenberg shows up, bites him, which allows Christina Ricci to get the silver cake server and stab it into Joshua Jackson before picking up a shovel and decapitating him, mostly off screen.
Yeah,
mostly.
What I do like, though, is still even in the PG-13 version, it's a 2 strike. I do like that they do make it a 1 and then off with the head. I do like that. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's not clean, you know. And hey, because he's dead now, their curse is lifted and Zipper's okay.
The dog.
The dog.
Who knows what kind of horrible machinations Zipper got up to.
Yeah, while he was
that's
loose
true.
in the
The
neighborhood.
werewolf dog has escaped, has been running around for quite a while, and it also means
Just
Lucky,
eating.
whatever her name is, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because she brings the dog back
Yeah.
unaware of
I
any
brought you-
werewolfery.
I brought your
So in
dog
other
home.
words, she must have found the dog literally a minute and a half before he walks out the door.
I do like
because Joshua Jackson is not long dead at this point.
I do like that all of these people. Well, by the way, Joshua Jackson is the only maybe because he's the elder werewolf. He has one quick line where he said, "I was born with this curse," which was once again.
There was probably some stuff with James Brolin being his dad, but we'll never know.
Yeah, I bet there was, and
I could see James Brolin being a werewolf.
Oh,
me too.
I would love.
That's
to
an
see
actor
James,
that could have been.
I
a
would
werewolf,
love
definitely.
to see James Brolin as a werewolf. I've always loved Brolin.
I'd like to see Josh Brolin as a werewolf.
There we go. That's the father-son werewolf movie we want. The Brolins are werewolves.
They robbed us of it.
They robbed us of it. We will get. We're beginning of next season. We will get Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins as father and son werewolf.
I like that one. I know it doesn't totally work, but I like it.
It's boring. That's the biggest problem with that one. Is it's boring as hell.
I kind of like that one too. Although once again, it's another thing of Anthony Hopkins somehow sired Benicio del Toro. Okay, movie.
Yeah,
okay,
it's right up there again with the original. They're just keeping it like the original.
It is true to
where it's like, how the hell did you get Lon Chaney Jr. out of the DNA of the tiniest little Claude Rains you've ever seen?
Little British Claude Rains gives birth to, and then hey man, somehow an old Welsh guy gives birth to a scowling Mexican
giant
man.
Midwesterner.
Yeah, well, no, in the remake, it's all of a sudden it's a Mexican.
Yes.
Wow, yeah, I don't know, crazy. Anyway,
doesn't work.
Yeah. I do like all three of these people being cool with each other, but they all show up so quickly at the end here.
Yeah.
Where she goes like, "I found your dog," and he's like, "That's cool. How do you know where I live?" "Oh, Milo Ventimiglia told me." Pan over to Milo Ventimiglia.
Hey, I'm also here now.
And he's all sheepish, like, "Man, we went through some stuff tonight, huh? Me coming out, werewolf fight. I'm giving you my girlfriend."
Yeah, and he says, and then they also way unnecessary for them to kiss. I was just talking last week about studios always want to kiss in there, but here I'm like, man,
literally, this is the first outward show of any kind of appreciation.
Her like maybe agreeing to go out with him is about as far as I would expect
agreeing
this
to go out. Yeah, they haven't had a date, and they're macking
She's
on
only kind of just realized who he is, even. And it's instantly like, yeah, we're going to make out. And yes, apparently in the interim that we didn't see, which is actually, how did last we saw Milo Ventimiglia, he was like injured and taken away by paramedics.
Yeah.
So how do you even get to her, explain literally the entirety of this situation, and be like, okay,
she drove him home from the hospital, and then as they were driving back,
there you go.
Because I'm assuming they all live in this neighborhood because they all go to the same school.
Yeah,
but
LA is.
I don't know. I'm reaching for straws.
LA is a really small town. Everyone
does live. To follow the emotional complexity of your boyfriend telling you, actually, I'm gay, but there's another guy you should go out with who's great, and then all of this just and
it's like Is her phone number the only one he knows off the top of his
I
head?
think that might be the case. Oh man, it's so weird. And then yeah, literally Christina Ricci goes, "You kids have fun. I'm gonna clean up the house."
That's how we wrap up with
Oh,
our
the thing I
lead
was saying about
character.
Joshua Jackson though, maybe it's because of the elder vampire. He's the only vampire we see like disintegrate when they kill him.
Yeah.
Which I guess is just to explain, like, oh, Christina Ricci didn't have to like get rid of a body or anything.
Well, they also, yeah, there's that, but also we get kind of that nonsense of when he dies and disintegrates. There's like a wave of magic energy that we see that
Oh,
kind of like,
yeah.
oh,
relieves
we're
the
cured
curse.
now.
Yeah.
Because they want to make sure you know, oh, they're okay.
But
They just think audiences are so fucking stupid. It's like,
Yeah.
if we don't put a visual effect in there, they're never going to know that they're all right.
yeah, we've seen that many a time, and then the movie just kind of stops. This is another one.
It just kind of ends.
Yeah, bye everybody. I don't know.
I was okay with that.
This movie cost $38 million estimated. Worldwide gross 29.6. So did not
Ooh.
make its money back.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I don't know. Maybe it did better on home video once they put out the unrated.
I bet it
cut.
made its money back.
Yeah, because I did not see this in the theater. This was definitely a Blockbuster rental. To take it back to, because this
I
is,
didn't see it.
We're
ever.
right.
Yes.
We're right about the time I'm working at a Blockbuster. Actually, when this comes out,
Oh.
I worked at a Blockbuster in high school.
Hey, can I ask you, were people kind and did they rewind?
I was not. There were no VHSs by the time I worked
What?
at a Blockbuster. No, we were a DVD business at that point. But I will say, I worked in sort of the last gasp of Blockbuster's hierarchy, like their heyday, because Netflix was starting to exist as a mail service when I worked there, and
Yeah,
they
that's
hadn't
when I
yet
was
gone
working
to
at
streaming.
Netflix.
Yeah,
when I
it
first
was,
moved to Oregon and I worked at Netflix and
I
was there when they said, we're going to try this thing called streaming.
that's
And I was like, yeah, good
I
luck.
worked at Blockbuster when they had started their mailing service. Do you guys remember this? And because the big thing was,
Well, no, actually, because I supported local businesses,
right,
so
yeah.
we only went to Hollywood Video.
I only wanted free range artisanal DVDs.
You only
Yeah.
went to Movie Madness here in Portland, which actually does fucking rule as a video store.
No,
but,
it's great.
but no, yeah,
There's also actually that might be Movie Madness, the one in Clackamas, Happy Valley area.
no,
That's also an ice cream shop. It's a movie rental place
that's a
and
different
ice cream
place.
shop.
That's a different place, and that place is also very cool. I can't
It's
remember the name
awesome.
of
I love that place.
No, Movie Madness is the one that also has the museum of props and costumes in it and stuff.
Oh
which
yeah.
is
Oh yeah.
very cool. If in Portland, there's also one up in Seattle that's a really cool giant.
One
video
thing we'll
store.
do, though, at this point is wrap up.
Yeah, sorry.
Do we recommend people watch this? I think it's kind of fun. It's a mess. I agree, it's a mess.
You could probably make some kind of drinking game out of it.
Yeah.
It's probably a fun like group watch.
A lot
This
is
would
done.
be a riff tracksy.
A lot is done
Yeah.
and I think a lot, like we've talked about, a lot of favor. I carry a lot of favor because of how much I like the people. I don't think it's a mess. The story of, once again, once you read what it was supposed to be and all the stuff, you're like, oh, well, I agree. It's all on screen, because the movie is a mess, but I still had fun watching it. I still did kind of enjoy it, even though it's not great. And it's yeah, I don't know, but I still was kind of like and even
I wish I could have gone into it as a bright-eyed child like you two, but
I am just
no.
a young baby of 29
Yeah,
as
you
of this
are.
recording.
that's right. Yeah.
I wouldn't even. I mean, unless you're a completist, as a werewolf completist, or I have to see every film that Christina Ricci ever made, or anything like
Craven,
that. I get
yeah.
it, but I didn't see a single thing in there that was worth a watch, except if you want to see how unbelievable talents behind the camera and in front can make something this bad. And I don't put it on. I mean, I know the story, so I understand where it went wrong, and I don't put the blame on them. But this doesn't hang together as a story or a movie. It's just
and I think,
all over the map.
Particularly Williamson, really, I don't think there's much left of what, even though the poster.
No, but there's a
declares
mimicking of his style.
There is
even with the
interesting.
new writers trying
Yeah.
to be like, oh,
Well,
this is what a
That's actually the
this is-
case on aforementioned Halloween H2O was the same situation where like he wrote the first draft, and what's actually in the movie is very little Kevin Williamson. Because Kevin Williamson at this point, he is running Dawson's Creek. He's between Scream 3 and 4 here. Do you guys remember The Faculty? I just want to mention The Faculty real quick.
Yep.
Which was also a Dimension movie around this same, a little bit before this. That was another big Williamson script, though, with Robert Rodriguez directing. I remember kind of liking that. But that's,
Sure.
where the teachers were aliens. Anyway.
Hour 4 of the podcast.
No, we're not even close to how long we talked about Van Helsing.
This is true.
Yeah, that we did 3 hours on. We only did about 2.5 on Cursed.
Boy.
But Cursed is fascinating. It is the movie itself, like the whole of it, is fascinating. The production, stuff like that. Anyway,
Sure.
Brendan, next week on the show, we return to vampires with a movie
What?
that actually has vampires in the title.
Blah.
Blah, indeed. We are watching Vampires: The Turning.
Oh God.
Thank God there was more, because Vampires:
Yeah.
not a movie I want to see.
Vampires:
I thought that you were. I couldn't remember what year it came out, and I thought that you were going to say Vampires: Los Muertos, and I was like,
no,
oh boy,
I
howdy.
already did. You were on
We
that
already
episode
did
of
it.
the Action Shelf.
Yeah,
we did do Vampires: Los Muertos. We've done. This is a movie. Okay, this is a weird one. Vampires: The Turning started out as a third John Carpenter's Vampires, and then isn't, though. It kind of is. It's really weird. But
I don't know this at all.
It is, but it is a returning to the days of the Legend of Seven Golden Vampires. This is a movie that is trying to merge martial arts action and vampires. That's right, folks.
I think that can work. I have not seen evidence that it has ever, but I think it's not.
I don't know. I kind of like Seven Golden Vampires.
Oh man, it's batshit, and it is worth watching.
But here's the
as opposed to
question,
this.
Brendan: is there a Dawson's Creek cast member in it? Yes, there is a Dawson's Creek cast member in Vampires: The Turning. Meredith Monroe.
I always liked Meredith Monroe.
I know, we both love Meredith Monroe, who was the sister. She was the sister of the gay character on there, who I think,
and there was a Pacey romance for a while.
Yes, she was a love interest for Pacey.
I don't want to wait.
Yeah. But yes, she is in Vampires: The Turning. She's actually the only actor whose name I recognize from this cast.
Okay.
Get ready, folks. It is available over on. It's a winner when it's available on Tubi.
Right. That's great.
Yeah. So
At
Vampires.
least I won't have to rent it.
Vampires: The Turning for next week. We'll see. Elliott, always a pleasure to have you on the show. I have no doubt you will be back soon. We had you for 2 weeks
I
here.
think I'm coming back for Twilight.
Oh, yeah. You're going to kick off.
Unless I discover something in the in-between. I think the next time I'm coming back is
Are you
Twilight.
going to do all 4?
No.
I think I'm doing 1, and I think I'm doing Twilight, and I'm doing Breaking Dawn parts 1 and 2.
Elliott will bookend the Twilight
franchise. I will bookend the Twilight saga.
In between, we will have your friend Olivia will be doing, I think, New Moon. And,
I believe that's
and my
true.
sister is doing Eclipse. Because we really wanted a group of people who were kind of the target audience for those, because neither Brendan and I know what the fuck we're talking about.
I am the old man on this show.
This is where I even feel like the old man on the Twilight stuff, though. I'm just gonna have to talk about Batman being in it, but that's my sister does
look at him brood. He's brooding.
My sister does talk about how strange it is that we have gone from her as a middle schooler having posters of Robert Pattinson on her wall to me as an adult now having posters of Robert Pattinson on my wall. So he's so dreamy.
My walls are safe.
Yeah, he's
That's
wonderful.
a big forehead. Yeah, he's also an unconventional attractor.
This is true. I did not
You didn't go.
start. I was never that into Robert Pattinson. It's
Mm.
only very recently that I have come around.
It's that it is his cool brooding emo haircut in Batman.
I would
No,
love...
it was actually him being a sleepy little fuckboy in Tenet.
Oh, he's so good in Tenet. Oh, I love him in Tenet. Yeah.
I think he and Vanderbeek should have a forehead off. And who
is
will
that why
win?
he keeps it covered in the Batman?
Yeah, I think so.
He's got the hair like he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you had a big problem with it. So anyway.
Well, I don't like emo Bruce Wayne. Anyway,
all right, that's gonna wrap things up for this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Brendan Jones.
And remember, there are such things as monsters.
So it's a good thing I had that cup of noodles because I never would have made it through the podcast. I was hungry.